What's he doing? I don't know. Well, I guess our wall's going to be a little empty tonight. Get this thing turned on. You're fine. I was just trying to start the live stream early. What's Uncle Joe doing? Shh. We'll get there. We'll get there. Here, you look here. While I get everything set up. You can hear me. That's all you need to do. That's all anybody needs. I never liked your mom anyway. She used to come over and eat all my bananas. Too many bananas makes a guy potassium rich, and that's just not good for you. Yeah, so you got to be careful when you're eating a large number of bananas. You can get in trouble if you eat too many bananas. I said bananas, not John bananas. It's fine. What's he doing? Who knows? We can't see what he's doing, Mama. There's a good reason for that, Daddy. Maybe he's just talking to himself. Maybe he knows what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe he's doing what he normally does when he does what he does when he's doing it. We don't know. He's going to sit down now. Yeah, I'm not feeling good. I threw up before I started this, so you'll be fine. My brain ain't working anyway. Let me get my YouTubes up so I can read your comments since I have you on the rear camera now. I don't even know if you're facing the right way. But I did done been frewed up. Hi. Should have held the throw up till McManus was here. Oh, he's in Vegas, so I wouldn't have been able to get any throw up. See, everything's facing the correct direction now because I'm using the rear facing camera. No, it's not a laser gun. It's called the Tanfoglio Appeal. It's a bullpup 22 caliber rifle. Sorry, I'm not feeling really good right now. I also have a doctor's appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, so I'm doing great. Yes, sir, Cats. It is a 22 long rifle. It is available in 22 Magnum. I don't know if it's still in production because I haven't seen one in a long ass time, but that particular one is 22 long rifle. I was talking about eating too many bananas. No, I don't feel good. Just my stomach hurts. Hey, Sanu, when you sit and you fucking spam your comment over and over, all you do is get banned, and that means that you'll never get your message across, which is why you got banned. Sorry, bud. Fuck. Everybody's fine. Don't worry about it. It only looks like I'm at a weird ass angle. There you go. T-Money, everything's all right. I'm just not feeling good. I threw up about 10 minutes ago, and then I accidentally started the live when I was trying to get ready for it. So, yeah, I'm a little off today. 40,000 bananas in 10 minutes would be enough radiation to kill you, so don't eat too many. All right, I'll have 38,426. T-Money, my favorite firearms are 1911s. The 1911 platform. I like the double stacks, the 2011s as well, but I like 1911s. Trolls are out in force. Yeah, they're having their fun. I'm just ignoring them for the most part. You guys need an aluminum heatsink? Still waiting on parts for that laptop I took apart last week. Hey, how's it doing there over there in Luxembourg? Your ka? What's ka? My dude, if you ever looked at yourself, you look like something from the fucking crypt. So, good on you. It's 1 a.m. where you are. Yeah, it's very early and or late, depending on how you process yourself. Ooh, bright. There we go. Hello, Jorge. He's got that negative aura. No, don't just walk in here and just start shit, and then there won't be shit. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. That's the way I live my life. But when motherfuckers come in here and they just start insulting me, you expect me not to defend myself? Do I look like a reaction channel? Do I look like a pussy who reviews video games for a living? Yeah, I threw up. I don't feel good. So, you don't want smoke, don't send it. What's your opinion in general about buying a new model pistol from a reliable manufacturer? Every new release of a firearm, you are their testing people. Like when the Rock Island STK 100 came out, I bought one of the first ones and I snapped the extractor 39 rounds in using standard 115 grain ammo, sent it back to them, and I never heard what the problem was. They wouldn't tell me what the problem was. I'm going to get a coyote whilst watching the stream. Man, sounds like fun. Anything TikTok, Netsu. Anything TikTok is just, it's beta behavior. It's, you saw somebody else do it and now you're doing it behavior, because anything talk, gun talk, health talk, kink talk, all that is people that are completely unimaginative ripping off everybody else on the platform. Which is why I don't react to other people. I don't do collabs. I'm me, and I'm not trying to be a Twitch guy. I'm not trying to be any of this stuff. I'm just me, my guy. So yeah, I need to not cuss as much, but when I come in and I explain that I'm not feeling great and somebody just automatically starts throwing shade at me, they're going to get something back. The fact that they don't get talked to by any other adult that way means that they either need better people in their lives or they need to look at themselves and realize that they're the a-holes. So, yeah. Airmax, what's up? Am I going to do the Taurus build? I'm not sure the barrel is going to work because the barrel in my G3 Tactical is a 5-inch barrel, so it might stick out too far, but I'll try. I don't know if I can thread the Harrington arms back far enough on the threaded barrel to make it work and look right, but I'll try it. What's my opinion on good handguns for a first-time owner? I don't tell people what they should own. I can tell you what's reliable. Glocks are reliable. They're boring, but they're reliable. Smith & Wesson M&Ps are very reliable. CZ's P10 line, very reliable. Even a Canic would be a good choice. They're actually starting to import a new Glock clone this year, so it might be something worth looking at. I think they were. There's a couple of companies that look like Canic. I might have just saw a picture. Is that a G3C? No, that's actually the G3X. It has the G3C slide, but it's on a full G3 frame. Have I ever strapped a knife to an old gun and pretend it's one of those old rifles from the 1800s? I have not, but I do have an AK with a bayonet sitting within reach. So I could if I get bored. I hope you feel better. I will. I just need to relax for a minute. Like I said, I wasn't feeling great. I tried laying down after work today, and that might have been a bad idea. I was also painting without a respirator earlier, so who knows. Let's see. If possible, what's my thoughts on a SIG 1911 conversion to a 460 Roland? It should be fine. You just need the barrel swap, and I'm not sure on the mags. It does use an external extractor, so you just want to just make sure that the external extractor on the SIG 1911s can handle the pressure. Because if you snap one, they're held in with a roll pin. They're slightly different from standard 1911s, but otherwise it should run it fine. The chamber pressure on 460 Roland's not like super super high. It's not like the difference between a 9 millimeter and a 5.56 kind of a thing. It's not too terrible. Looking forward to my 43X. I have a complete 48 upper. Nice. Oh, happy birthday, Grayson. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're an adult now. I am in Virginia. Hey, Shredda, an AK-47 with a bayonet that's straight out of Vietnam. It's actually straight out of Russia, but I get where you're coming from. They did use them a lot in those theaters of battle. They also used the bayonets a lot in the Egyptian wars and, Middle East conflicts. A lot of times they'll have bayonets on theirs. You bought something with the steel frame. Good. It was the 13th, but thanks. Oh, my birthday's on the 13th. Different month, but congratulations, dude. Do most handguns take plus P ammo? So most reputable manufactured 9mm handguns are usually proof tested, which means they're tested for 150% pressure, which is a lot more than plus P. Most modern 9mm can shoot plus P, but it's not really, necessary to run plus P unless you're trying to do something specific with it. Do you think it's worth it to buy a more expensive version of a gun like a SIG X5 Legion versus a regular 365? Certain models, yes. I don't believe that the Legion version of the X365 is worth $1,000. I think the standard, the macro at 640 is plenty. But when it comes to like the 320, I have the X5 Legion. I will never own a base model 320 because I've had the X5 Legion. So in that case, for that model, it's worth it, but not for 365s. A macro will do you just as good. Hey, Nick. Good information. Thank you. No problem, sir. Best fun for alien invasion, shotguns with slugs. Then the heads go. What are your thoughts on the P320 M18 SIG? Like I just said, the 320 lineup, the M17 and the M18 are just base model 320s with optics cuts on them. So they have really trash triggers in them from the box. And if you upgrade them to the X triggers, they feel a little bit better, but they still have all the stock springs and stuff in them. So I would usually pass on those. Plus, for that kind of money, $630, $650, $700, depending on where you're buying them from, you spend just a little bit more. You get the X5 with the tungsten frame and the better trigger in it. It's worth it to me. I'm new and I want to be respectful. What are your pronouns? Well, I am a he, him, but it really doesn't matter, my guy. You can call me whatever the heck you want. I'm not pronoun sensitive. I'm also half white and half Korean, so that makes me part Asian. So I guess my pronouns also are he, ya. So you can just have fun with it. I appreciate that. And if you want me to respect your pronouns, feel free to throw them out there. But I'm not somebody that gets hung up on pronouns. I could actually have entire conversations without using a pronoun or a name for that matter. I just start talking. Hey, Scoot, welcome to the bronze level. Thank you, brother. Oh, madame. 45 plus P. Yeah, when you get into 45 plus P, you might as well just buy 45 Super. It's not, just get a good hot hollow point, and you don't need plus P. Like a ball plus P makes no sense. Hey, what's up, Snooka? Love the guns, thank you. Yeah, I saw that, Scoot. Thank you very much. 45 plus P plus plus plus. Oh man, that's going to be a strong one, dude. You got to be careful what you shoot that out of. What's in the shadow box? It's a non-firing replica of a Winchester model 1886. One last thing, is upgrading spring and trigger technically modifying, or is it legal due to just a part swap? So upgrading your springs and triggers, that is a modification. Anything that is replacing a part that is original to the firearm is, oh, thank you for the donation, brother, is technically a modification of a firearm. If you're replacing a stock part with a stock part, then you are either maintaining, repairing, or restoring a firearm. In terms of legal trouble, a lot of guys will tell you don't mess with your trigger in your gun. You could, they could try to use that against you. Any modifications made to a handgun, depending on the situation, if they can try to push that you're the grievous party in the not the grievously injured, but the grievous party, the offending party. They'll use whatever they can to stick it to you. So just be careful when you're modifying stuff. Hello from San Diego, California. Hello. I saw a 9mm Win Mag the other day. Didn't know it existed. That sounds like a weird one. You want a pronoun? All right. You are now the Minnesota Vikings. You are completely harmless, although you make people root for you. Thank you. We all stand together. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the donation. It's going to go towards my alcohol and crippling porn addictions. Just kidding. It's going to go towards my bills. Ammo, what's up? Am I crazy for wanting to buy a CZ457 precision rifle for $1,500? It's a 22. Not if you want to have a really good 22 rifle. Now, I've known a lot of people that like do precision shooting with 22 rifles, and they spend $1,500 to $2,000 on their precision rifles. I know skeet shooters that spend a few grand on their competition shotguns. So if you're going to use it for what its intended purposes are, such as, you know, tack driving basically with a 22 rifle, then go for it. If you're just looking for a wall hanger, you can get some cool looking stuff that's cheaper. Federation, I'm okay. I threw up before I came on tonight, so I'm a little off. Why is my paintings upside down? You're drunk, my guy. Keep pushing. You're upside down because you're drunk. Vikings. Oh, I mentioned Vikings, and all of a sudden that guy pops in. I'm all right, Vikings fan. 545 by 39 is coming back. You watch. There are gel blasters in the background. I don't live in Australia, my guy. Does your store ship to different FFLs? 100%. WinCityArmory.com, WINCITY, Armory.com. You can go there. It's an official firearms license. I'm a FFL holder, so I'm not like a private seller trying to sell shiz on the internet. I'm an actual firearms dealer. I'm still setting up with Gearfire, who does the new stuff, but you can always email me at WinCityArmory.com and let me know what you're looking for. Is that the KS7? Yes, it is the KS7, single tube, 12 gauge bullpup. What's your longest shot? I don't really have a longest shot just because the ranges that I typically go to don't exceed 300 yards. So, I mean, I've hit 300 no problem. You know, ARs, iron sights, you know. You can hit 300 yards in your sleep if you use proper technique, kind of a thing. And most rifles will hit 300 yards without even trying. So, it's nothing special. I'd like to go out and shoot a mile or 2 miles, but I don't have anywhere to do that. Guns! Hey, King Rat. It's not what Mom meant when she said you could be anything you wanted to be. I could be a prawn star. Ate too much again. I mixed almond M&Ms with kimchi, and that wasn't smart since I'm allergic to almonds. Have I played with the super safeties yet? I have not. They operate very similar to the force reset triggers. I really haven't played with the force reset triggers. I've got a binary trigger in mine. That's fast enough. I have arthritis and nerve damage. I can't shoot fast anyways. So all I would do is I would not be fast enough to actually take advantage of an FRT or a super safety. I would literally just, I would make it not work correctly. Joseph says, guns. Gemtagan or kimchi. Just regular leaf cabbage kimchi. I'm Korean. I grew up on the shite, but I never learned Korean because I was in America ever since I was 6 months old. I had to wait to come back because I had a deformed leg when I was born. Do I play darts? Not in a long time. I really did like darts. My uncle was ranked back in the 90s, but I haven't played darts since probably the early 2000s when I was drinking still. I have the Turkish version of the Kel-Tec on your wall. Okay, cool. Like the G-Force or the other one. Yeah, they run. So, RG, hope you're all having a good day. Hope you are too, man. Did you get the thing, or it's probably tomorrow because it was Thursday or Friday when I sent it. So I like your name. Thank you, Scoot. Bro, their arthritis is best friend. Also, I just don't like burning through ammo fast. I like taking my time when I shoot. Hey, Whisper. I'm not approving that one, Pay. What? What'd he say? This one, my preference is stuffed cucumber kimchi. My father's is radish. And I just bought stuff at my local grocery store, so it was just cabbage. Um, Tomorrow, gotcha, dude. Um, Hatsan Escort. Okay, gotcha. But you got the semi-auto. This one is unfortunately a pump. I wonder how long I've been watching you. I can tell you. You should be able to click on yourself and know too. But let's see. Channel activity. You have been here for 2 years, believe it or not. You joined 2 years ago. So you've been along for a long time now, Mr. Sobkovich. I hear you. That definitely empty mags way too fast. Yeah. You went grocery shopping? Well, I wanted to get some lettuce and stuff, and it's easier to buy it at the grocery store. So I usually go at night, like at 9:30 or 10 when everybody else is asleep, so I don't have to deal with humans. And then I go through the self-checkout lanes. It's from the classic succulent meal video. Gotcha. Yo, what is your opinion on fully loaded mags, including drum mags? So I don't mess with drum mags too much just because they're a pain in the ass to load them. In terms of like fully loaded mags, I mean, unless it's a brand new gun that you're breaking the spring in for, you should, if you have a 17 round capacity mag, put 17 rounds in it. I usually carry full mag plus one in the chamber. I mean, I'm not showing you what I'm holding because, fuck YouTube. But, yeah. Stuffed cucumber, I'll have to try it. Thank you. Yeah. Problem around where I live is a store that used to carry it went out of business, so I have to drive over an hour to get a jar. I want to sell a gun. Okay. I don't give prices on the live stream because YouTube, with their algorithm, they thought when I leaned back and yawned last week that I was picking up a gun, so I'm not taking any chances. If you want to email me the specifics and some pictures, I can give you some idea. I miss 24-hour Walmarts. I miss 24-hour everything, dude. When I was a kid, we had Perkins restaurants, all the McDonald's, all them places were open 24 hours. So when you're done, having like a NBA, 97 frickin' Sega Genesis Jam Fest, we would go to Perkins for like 6 hours. Hot Pockets and kimchi? No. Actually, I had a Mary Colander pot pie. Every time you guys talk about food, it's making me want to yerf. FRTs are for smiles, not saving ammo. I guess. Also, if you take people to the range, but some of the people I take to the range that would respond positively to an FRT probably shouldn't be in the presence of a gun. Also, did you guys see my blackout grill? Man, that changed the look of my Lincoln. No more AK. I can't mess with the AKs, dude. The 2 times my lives have been pulled down, I had an AK on the wall. I am not chancing that shiz. Also, Honest Outlaw was doing a review of less expensive rifles under $1,000. And the first video of his that I've seen this year that's been demonetized by YouTube was because it had an AK in it. He normally doesn't mess with AKs, so they haven't been messing with him. So sorry you're still sick. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow morning and getting a EEG, EKG, and a halter monitor. And a halter top. I got to hold them up. I miss handgun ammo at Walmart. Those were the days. Yeah, if you can wait, if you have gun shows in your area, I've noticed that some dudes at gun shows will have like pallets of ammo, and they actually sell at a fair price. So I picked up like 1,000 rounds of 9 for $215, and it was Seller and Bellet 115 grain, which would normally cost me at cost as a distributor over $230. Derek comes in with the $2 donation. Thank you very much. Best long range CV rifle, barreling caliber. I'm not a super long range guy. I know some people tout 6.5 Creedmoor as being good for that. I think CV does like a 300 Win Mag, don't they? If CV does a CV or civilian rifle, excuse me, I thought you were talking about a specific brand. Best long range civilian rifle would probably be something like the Macmillan TAC 50. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's actually a 50 caliber bolt action, but it has accuracy out to almost 2 miles. But I think like Norma or Nemo, the Nemo rifles in 338 Lapua are amazing shooters. Trying to think of some more. If anybody else can throw one out there. They call it the third hole of debt, and I'm not talking about the holes on the back page. Damn, back page. Pulls out a old school one. Dick's Sporting Goods, yeah. Dick's Sporting Goods, it was crazy when they decided to say, that's it. It's like when CVS said they're going to stop carrying tobacco products, and then they raised all their prices. What Beretta is that in the back? That is the Beretta PT92. It's the Taurus, actually. It's the Taurus PT92C-D, so it's the compact decocker model. It's equivalent to the compact Beretta 92. 338 La Pua is really good. Is good if you really want to stretch it. Thank you. How come I demod my mods? I haven't demodded my mods in a long ass time, my guy. If I demodded SFR, welcome back. Speaking of which, he hasn't been here for a month and he's not demodded. I don't demod my mods unless they do something crazy. Big Kahuna Firearms makes a Raptor 50. I'll trust you, Grayson. I've seen your guns. Picked up a Ruger American Predator 2.0 and 6.5. See, like I said. Am I Jewish? No. If I was a practicing Hasidic Jew or a practicing Jewish person, I wouldn't be able to have tattoos. Jewish beliefs, if you have a tattoo, you cannot be buried in a Jewish cemetery. So if I was a Jewish member, I would be excommunicated. How do I feel about switches? I like light switches. I like the Nintendo Switch, but in terms of like switches on like the Glocks and stuff, they're just a money waster. They, number one, they're federally illegal, so if you get caught with one, you can still get in trouble. But secondarily, they burn through ammo, man. Like, I want a Glock 18C, but I want one legally so I can shoot it at the range. Another $2 from Derek. Thoughts on the FN 509 compact for concealed carry? You've got to be careful with the 5 Series. If you go and look at Kentucky Ballistics 510 video where he shoots it suppressed, they're plastics. I've been saying this for years. You can go back through all my lives and watch them all because that just generates, interaction for me. But if you actually go back and look at them, you'll see that I've been saying for years their plastic is inferior and it could potentially have a failure if you run super hot ammo or even a suppressor. So be careful with those. The Raptor 50. Oh, so it's a 50 Beowulf? I met one Jewish Korean man, and that was because he married into it. Oh, okay, I can see that. But, yeah. What country flag is that? That is the Commonwealth of California, the NCR. Was able to try my Obsidian 45 and Wolfman today. Very impressed with both. Nice, man. Waiting to pick up a Vortex Viper HD 5-25 by 50. Dang, that's a big, that's going to work well on that optic. Why can't I? How easy is it to get full auto ID card? It's not an ID card. You have to pay a tax stamp for each individual firearm that is automatic that you're trying to get. They have to be pre-1986, and unless you're willing to go with something obscure, if you're trying to buy an MP5 or an M16 or anything like that, you are going to pay high 5 digits, 6 digits actually, is possible. There are some fully automatic weapons like actual Vietnam era M16s that are running in the $100,000 range, so be prepared for that. Kevin, what's your take on the safety of the P320 line? I like one, but I have safety issues. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Number one, get a good holster. Don't use a crappy holster that has trigger retention. Trigger guard retention is very common in police-style situations. If you notice, a lot of the guns that have been going off are being held in police-style holsters where when you insert it, it doesn't hold the flashlight. So if you get like a Blackhawk Omnivore, even though it's a cheap one, it's holding the light. But if you get anything that has trigger retention, you have a chance of setting off the gun. Treat the gun like any Series 70 1911 or a CZ Shadow 2, any gun that doesn't have a drop safety, and you'll be fine. if you're going to fall, try to twist yourself so you don't fall directly on the back ass of the gun, and they're fine. I trust my 320 X5 Legion. I've carried it a lot in the stores. It's really good. How about the Mac 10? Mac 10s are somewhere between, depending on the year vintage of them or the quality of them, they can run anywhere between 9 and 16,000. So it's still pretty expensive. You paid 15,000. See, there you go. I was right in there. If you want to pay to do the chip challenge again, what are we talking? If anybody wanted to pay me to do the chip challenge again, last time it cost you guys $300. So I would do it again on a day that I'm not going to pass out, but it would be $500, and I will not pass out on live. What's my most expensive gun? So I don't pay full price for my guns. If we're talking about sticker prices or what their current values are, I've got a 1939 Winchester model 1894 and 3030. I've also got sequential Centennial Winchesters, which never left the factory. My grandfather worked for Winchester Repeating Arms back for nearly 40 years as an electrician, so he actually walked the stocks for our Centennials down the line. Those were released in 1976, by the way. But I've got a few guns that are worth upwards of $4,000, $5,000, but I've never paid that much for a gun. The most I've personally paid for a gun was $25 for my STI Grandmaster. I hate those things, Grayson. Yeah. Can you use +P+ on an SD9 VE? It's not recommended, but it would be able to shoot it a few times. But you could cause damage to your extractor, to your, you could even damage the ejector, because it's going to definitely slam that slide super hard. Key cards are new. It was called a Lightning Link. DS is a better way to go, but 316 drill bit is only $1. Hey, hole. Awesome, thank you. You're welcome, sir. But they're kind of convenient. Scoot says, wow. What's your favorite Ruger pistol? My favorite Ruger pistol is, I mean, you just said pistol, so it can technically be a revolver, would be my GP100. What do I do for a living? I own a gun store and odds and end shop, and I just kind of sit around playing video games. So between the three of those, I don't consider this a living. Doing YouTube has just been something for fun for me. I've tried to take time off, but I always find my way back here. $500 herd. How about what is your biggest gun or small gun? So I've got a 1903 pocket hammerless Colt, which shoots 32 ACP. That's pretty small. I have a Colt Junior that shoots 25 ACP. Those are probably my smallest guns. And then I do have a Marlin 4570, 1895 4570. So that's probably my biggest caliber that I have right now. If I could go back in time, I would have loaded up on Mac 10s. Yeah, no shiz, right? Or if you knew people back before 86, man, tell them not to get rid of their M16s. Number available will be much more and drive the cost down. Yeah, it's true. That is true, unless he plays the market and only releases them very slowly. I know a High Point enjoyer when I see one. Oh, I'm turning a High Point E-cannon into my shotgun. I'm gonna put my my $1,000 suppressor on a $150 gun, and it's gonna be my house gun. Have you tried Hell Let Loose? I have not. I don't know what Gorilla Tag. You mean Gorilla Tape? Yes. Is a Ruger American 45 ACP plus rated? Yes, it is. Any thoughts on the AR BRN 180? They're cool. I've messed with them. They're not really my style. We had one come into the store when I was still working at Liberty, and we sold it for the guy. He wanted a lot for it. I can't remember what we sold it for. It was kind of cool. Slightly different. You put it in the Discord. Sorry, I'm using my... Oh, shit. Hold on a second. Let me turn on my Do Not Disturb. I'm not going to show you my crotch, but we're going to do this. Hey, look at my... That's where I cut my wrists when I was trying to aid when I cut the artery in my leg. So, shh, don't tell my mom. There. Oh, shit. Don't fall over, son. Yay! Do you have any shotguns? I've got a couple. My main one is a Mossberg 930 Tactical, though. I really like the Mossberg 930 Tactical. Not sure if you're running direct thread, but if you are and have any issues with it walking loose, go on the Griffin Easy Lock. The lockup is insanely good. You can also use Teflon tape if your suppressor walks a little bit, but not too much. Teflon tape will hold it on there. Is God like Santa Claus? Except for the bad kid thing, Ad. Swamp Fox Optics, good bang for the buck. First red dot, and I want to make sure. Yes, Swamp Fox is decent. I've run the Kingslayer and the Justice on some of my guns. Never had a problem with them. What's your opinion on the USFA Zip 22? For those of you that don't know, that was a gun that killed a company. That guy used to make really good single-action Army clones or copies forever and decided to build himself a sporty little gun. It has one of the most dangerous cocking motions in the world. You literally grab two tabs that sit directly above the barrel to pull back the charging handles. They are notoriously unreliable. However, the way they're designed is you could put them, you can attach them to other guns. You'd need a tack stand for it, obviously. But you could attach it to another gun. Yeah, they're crazy. I almost bought one for $200 back in 2018 and I passed on it, and now I wish I had kept it, or I had actually bought it. I was buying that and the pistol and 32 French long, and I backed out of both of them because I didn't realize how hard it was to get 32 French long back in the day, which is basically 30 super carry now. But I backed out on that one, didn't buy it, and now I regret it because it was white. It was one of the few that were in white. Hey, everybody, hit the like button for me tonight, would you? Did you already name the guns on the wall? The only one that is named is not on the wall tonight, and that's Big Dick McDick. Got set up as a DNT optics dealer. Love their products. I'm not familiar with DNT. I'll have to check them out. Jacob from Burris, though, he contacted me. He's sending me one of their full fire optics, so that's cool. Hey, Mountain Man, I threw up before the live, so I'm a little off today. I got $500 to buy another gun, sticking to 9mm due to my ammo currently. What would you suggest? Charles Daly 9mm is kind of what I'm leaning towards. The Charles Daly stuff is fine. It is Turkish built, so keep that in mind. That would be solid. What I would recommend if you want to get something in a 1911 at about $500, find a used Rock Island. The finish doesn't hold up, but the guns hold up. They have a good reliability record when they get used, and you could probably find one with some options at about $500 used. I have no idea what an is, so I guess that's going to be your questions. I do apologize. Do I have any custom-made guns? I have built a few Glocks myself, some Gucci stuff, and then sold them. In terms of custom-made guns for personal ownership, I do have an STI Grandmaster in 38 Super. It's got the true bore barrel and the built-in comp, but I really don't mess with custom stuff too much because custom usually equates to expensive. Nice, got their 7 to 35 by 56 scope on the new project. Also have two thermals and digital NV. Oh, you got the big long range stuff. I went with the 3 or the something to something by 42. I just went with the standard one because, again, I don't go out past 300 yards. You got to work out, so you'll be back on if I'm still alive. I'm going live until 11 p.m., so if you do. You're going to Alaska. What's the long gun on top of the wall? That is a Tanfoglio or Tanfolio, however you want to pronounce it, Appeal. It's a Bullpup 22 long rifle. Is 10mm a good EDC? Any round is technically a good EDC. Just make sure you train with whatever you're shooting that round out of. And then know the rules of engagement. Know your target and what's beyond it. I got one from PSA a while back. Very unhappy with the engraving. It's shallow, almost non-existent in areas. Sorry about that. How many guns do you have? Not as many as I used to, and not as many as I'm going to. I don't know the exact number. I don't count. I just know that, last year when I decided to start my business, I put nearly $100,000 worth of gun into my inventory. So that'll give you a little bit of an idea. Chris, what's up? Yay, I'm back. I am gaming. I need a good big game gun. I'm not a really big long gun guy, so guys out here will tell you what to use. I've heard that people can do some work with 300 Win Mag. Uh, I'm pissed I haven't seen a coyote. Just don't shoot a Mustang. Talk to me about Vortex. Most people say they're the bee's knees. I'm not convinced at the high price points. What do you say? Vortex is decent. You do have to be careful if you go and buy the stuff from Walmart. That is kind of like when you go to an outlet mall and buy name brand stuff at a discount price. It's made for a cheaper market. They use cheaper glass in the Walmart stuff, so always be careful when you're buying them. But in terms of the quality of them, they are really solid and they are American made. There's not many companies that are still American made. Do I collect antique guns? I do not. Personally, I am more of a modern aesthetics kind of a guy. Like I like a tactical lever action. I'm not a huge fan of a wood furniture, AK. I like them with the poly furnitures. I respect the hell out of them, but I've only been in the gun game for about 7.5 years, so I'm not really like a gun whisperer. Yeah, I'm not the wood grain guy, you know. A44, I'm okay. What's good EDC for a beginner? So what I'm going to tell you is the same thing I'll tell everybody, Peter, is whatever you can comfortably carry, go with the largest that you can comfortably conceal. I can't tell you what to do it because I don't know you personally, but I can tell you a Glock is a good choice because it's easy to maintain, it's easy to run, it's going to work. They're boring as crap. So the minute you become a real gun enthusiast, you will know to move on to different guns. Personally, I carry a 1911. I know people that have started carrying Shadow 2 compacts. When they came out with the new compact version with the optics cut, a lot of people have said, I'm going to EDC that. So what you need to do is go to a gun store or a gun range if you have one near you that will rent guns. I would suggest that you go to a range, grab some guns, shoot them, and see what you can comfortably shoot. Once you understand what you can comfortably handle, then you'll be able to decide what gun will work for you as an EDC. Gotta head out, sending groovy vibes. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I'm gonna call you Henry. That's a long name there. You order Vortex, don't buy at a store. Well, if you order through my store, then you're guaranteed to get the actual Vortex stuff. But don't go to a Walmart, don't go to a Cabela's, don't. Most of the ones that carry them in stock, especially if they're selling, let's take for example a Strike Eagle. If it's $300 at a gun store, but it's $120 at Walmart, there's a reason why there's a $180 difference in the price. There's going to be a difference in the quality. If you're going to go with a lower price something, get something like a Sight Mark. Yeah, it's Chinese glass, but it's also a lifetime guaranteed. You take it out in the parking lot, run it over with your car, you'll get it replaced for free. It's a lot easier to replace stuff like that. So if you want to go on a little bit lower price, what's that other brand? Atlas, I think. Was it Atlas? Atlas or Athens? I can't remember. Did I see your new Mini 14? I did not, and I don't have Discord on this computer, so I'll have to wait until after we're done. My neighbor shocked me the other day, brought over a Nambu Type 14 that his dad smuggled back after the war. That's crazy. So I had a guy trade me a H&K P7 in a box with an extra mag for a Kimber Micro 9, and he was trying to trade in a Nambu, but it had been like re-chromed and it didn't look safe to fire, so I didn't take it. Now I kind of wish I did. If I am from South Africa, can I order a gun from America? No, you cannot. Exportation of firearms is heavily controlled and restricted, and the only people that can do that are the manufacturers, as far as I know. There might be like vintage stuff and collector stuff that can be shipped out of the country, but no, you can't order a gun from the United States to another country. You copped your Vortex at a pawn shop. As far as I can tell, it seems legit. Got it at a massive discount, so I can't complain. Yeah, I can't fault you for that. And a lot of times the pawn shops, if they have at least two guys that know what they're doing, you can get a pretty good deal. Like my guy's got a bunch of like Trijicon RMRs and EOTechs and stuff that I'm kind of interested in, but I'm not ready to proverbially pull the trigger. And they're complete and less than my cost as an FFL. So if I buy one, I might buy something from one of them. Arkin's a good brand, I've heard. I haven't messed with Arkin myself. Bro is playing COD in real life. Yeah, sometimes. Athlon or Arkin? I would probably say Arkin is above Athlon, just from what I've heard. Again, I haven't messed with Arkin, but I have messed with Athlon. Hey, Edwin, how you doing tonight? Too bad 1911s failed to return to battery so often. Cool-looking pistol. Depending on which ones you're messing with, Militant, I'm sorry that you're having bad luck with yours, but I guarantee you if you came out and shot any of mine, none of mine would have an issue. Mine are all flawless. Sometimes you have to replace a spring here and there. Sometimes the tolerances were too tight from the factory, but like my Mitchell Gold Cup thing is 25, 30 years old, shoots like a dream. Every 1911 I have, I've had more problems. I had a para-ordnance expert where the magazines kept making it jam, but 1911s don't jam as much as you think. There's a little tidbit of advice for everyone. Don't be a cop. That's not a good thing to say, dude. Respect the good people. You're categorizing all law enforcement as being bad. We don't really go for that here, man. With that mindset, Vortex versus Night Force. I'd go Vortex over Night Force because Night Force is just expensive. Do I know anything about the Tavor 21? No, I don't. I've never had a 1911 I can't fix. That is true. Yeah, so we had a HK91 in our store down at Liberty and a Night Force scope, and I think we sold the package. Like the scope, I think was like $4,000. So I can't imagine any Vortex that isn't. I don't even know if Vortex does night vision, but I would assume that if it's thermal or night vision, then you start getting into the thousands. Have you ever been sideways between a bait fish and a corn nugget? I don't know what either of those are, dude. I'm 45 years old. I'm half white, half Korean, and I don't have feet, so I'm not cool. I mean, I got tattoos, so I guess I'm kind of cool. Also, my penis points to the left, but I don't think you needed to know that. Ever watch Bill Burr's stand-up bit on buying a gun? No, I haven't, but I've heard his stand-up bit about his buddy that asked him if he wanted to go shooting in 38 at a car. Don't type in all caps, Carter, but yes, I have had a 50 caliber Desert Eagle. I have not had a 50 caliber rifle. I've had a 458 SOCOM, but I haven't had like a 50 Beowulf or a 50 BMG. Yours too, always, man. I think he's talking about Gutter Boys, but I don't really care. Oh boy, so why do you want me to type in all caps? It's distracting in the chat, and it encourages people to type in all caps thinking that's going to get my attention, Carter. Do you know anything about the CZ Bren 2 M? Is that a different model of the Bren 2? I know the Bren 2. You were on a car kick for a while. What's going to be your next one? I just bought a 2014 Lincoln Navigator, and I'm going to have an extra Hemi engine that I'm going to build. So I think sometime this summer I'm going to find like a 99 or 2000 crew cab Dodge Dakota, and I'm going to build a 6-speed manual crew cab Dakota 2-wheel drive RT clone with a Hemi. So I think that's what I'm going to build this summer. KSG, nope, KS7, very close, my friend. It's the single tube, not the dual tube. All right, I won't do it again. No problem, Carter, but that's why I mention it. I bought the Navigator because I needed something for use for the company, and I bought the L, the full length, the extended length wheelbase one. So literally, you could put like 38, 40 dead bodies in the back of my Navigator with the middle seats up. Finally went to the range with your DP-12 double barrel shotgun, semi-auto 12 gauge Citadel shotgun. Got severe sciatic pain for a week now. But at least you got to go out and have some fun, Renee. Remember when I told you I didn't believe you don't have feet, and then you proved me wrong in that stream? Yes, I do, Mexican. So when I say I don't have feet, peoples, believe me, I don't have feet. I see. KSG was my first gun. KSG, actually, I think I would rather have a KSG over the KS7 because the KS7 is just a single tube 12 gauge bullpup. It really doesn't have that wow factor, and you're running a bullpup. If I'm going to give up a good trigger and recoil control, I'd probably like something a little bit more crazy. Stone up. What's up? Is a 76239 model of the Bren 2. Oh, gotcha. So I had a Bren 2 pistol, but I've never had the 762 variant. That's cool. How much is cost to ship to Los Angeles? It all depends. I've shipped out to Nevada and it's cost about $65. What about a CZ VZ 58? I've heard that before. I don't like looking up too many guns when I'm on live because it makes me nauseous, but hold on. I mean, visually nauseous, so don't take that. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Yeah, okay. So it's designed and manufactured in Czechoslovakia, adapted in service in the 50s. Shoots 7.62 by 39. It's kind of AK-ish. I mean, it's cool, but it's not my style. I'm not a huge long gun guy. God, I gotta get this taste out of my mouth so I don't want to burp. Taurus G2C, those are G3s actually, but yeah. I don't have a gun broker page because gun broker isn't really worth it if you're selling guns that are under $1,500. But I do have a website. It's wincityarmory.com. I'm still getting set up. I've only had the website since like the 17th, so it's only been about a week or so. Technically, it's only been fully alive since the 20th. So there's like 8 or 9 used guns on there. But if you email me what you're looking for at wincityarmory.com, I can usually get you some answers. Don't discuss prices on lives, Herbie. So you got to send me an email, wincityarmory.com. Noted. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, we were talking about that because somebody claimed that I was demodding people. And then SFR stopped up. You still haven't gotten a shipping label from PSA? Did you see they actually have some of the... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the problem is YouTube. So, sorry. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. That was actually a YouTube problem because it dumped all the viewers out, and now you guys are back. So, sorry about that. Where were we? So yeah, I dipped out and came back in, resumed, and it seems to be. So, sorry about that, all you people. I thought the Google overlords just were screwing me over. Did bro throw up? Yeah, bro threw up and good. Is it keep going mute? Can you guys hear me okay? Hold on a second. Keep going mute? Nope, it's you, not me. You, not me. Blah, 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 blah. You, not me. Blah, 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 blah. So.
Sorry, my kids.
I don't want you guys to look too far to the other way because you'll see my axe. It's them, not you. All right, Nico. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it popped back up to like 45, 50. Hey, friends, since you came back on. Thank you. Yeah, that was weird. I thought that the Google overlords were still screwing with me. So for those of you that don't know, last Monday I had an AK up behind me. YouTube, I'm not touching nothing. And at the 2 hour and 58 minute mark, it killed my live stream, said I was holding a gun, and I've been working with them to get it resolved since then. They are so inept at handling this problem that they started calling me Manuel in the last 2 emails. So I flipped out on them. Shiloh and Milo is gone. No, Shiloh and Milo are in my living room right now. So I apologize, but they're not available. I got a stripper mom. It twerks the opponent to OHP. I don't understand what that means. I'm not a TikTok guy. You spin me twice around like a record, baby. Round, round, round. Ah, I spin you right round, baby. Right round. Like a record, baby. Right round, 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 round. I'm old. I know things. So, yeah, come back in. Ask me some questions because I don't remember where the hell we are. Do you guys need a battery? Here's a battery. I have random stuff on my desk. I don't understand what's going on. I just got a hold of a World War I era 8-gauge side-by-side double-barrel shotgun. Jesus, an 8-gauge. That's like bigger than a 10-gauge, which is weird because you'd think it'd be smaller. I just changed the batteries in the scope again. Jesus. Start walking. You'll find a yoke. Aw, thank you. You got all fancy artsy. Everybody, let's have a sing-along. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. Once you empty out a clip, load a magazine. Yes, I called it a clip because it worked in the song Shut Up. Don't they use 8-gauge in the smelters? I have no idea. And we talk about Cash becoming the ATF director. Nobody has. I don't really know too much about that person because I hate government people. I know that's ironic since I'm the son of a GS whatever. Win City, WINCITY, Winchester, basically, Win City. Power is not in the gun, but it helps. It's the person that holds it. I think you were right about PSA getting the Lago contract because they added new Lago stuff to their website. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Lago Alien, for the longest time, has been a direct from manufacturer purchase, and all of a sudden they blew up PSA's website. I haven't seen them on any other distributor so far, so I think PSA bought out what was left of their guns, and they got a contract to sell them. I don't know who Sarah J. or Lisa Ann are. Damn, what's that gun on top? That is a 22 long rifle bullpup. Happy to see you streaming again. Thank you, Schizoid. Yeah, so there's not too much on the Win City Armory yet. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I have to get a heart monitor, an EEG, and an EKG. And then when I come back from that, I have to have a demonstration from Gearfire, who is a two-way processor, but I also can integrate my website with my distributors. And then I have to decide which credit card processor I'm going to use. Anyone know Top Gun? It's the Tanfoglio Appeal, APPEAL, 22 long rifle bullpup. Wrong chat. What do you mean wrong chat, militant? Were you telling somebody some dirties? Were you dirty little secreting? I'll keep you my dirty little secret. Damn, man, that's fricked. Hopefully all goes well. Wishing you the best. Well, one or two things will happen. So my uncle, I have two uncles that died of heart attack, and I have palpitations, and with my blood pressure being high, yet I'm still passing out randomly. For some reason, the doctors think that could be a bad thing. Telegram stuff. No worries. Well, I think it's done. Sorry, mate. What do you mean? What's done? I called it out. It's the Tanfoglio Appeal. It's all been done. Oh, go back 2 minutes, man. I'm not going to keep answering that over and over, man. I literally answered it 2 minutes ago. Just skip back 2 minutes and then join us again, my friend. I've answered it 4 times in the last 10 minutes. I'm not doing it again. If you want to know what guns are, go to the minute of 8:59. You'll be good. No, it is not a 223. It's just 22 long rifle. Scoot. Is that a Luger? I will ban your happy ass. I'm just kidding. SFR, I won't ban you. I was about to say you might want to leave that written down somewhere. Nah, I get a lot of questions. So I used to keep like this fake Ruger 22 looking thing up on the wall. And it always gets me people asking questions. Awesome, you're back. Glad to see you live streaming. Thank you, sir. To that end, I guess I should talk about that. I'm thinking about going back to a Wednesday live stream as well, because I can't actually work a second job with my fainting spells and everything that's been going on. So I'm debating whether or not to do that. If I go back to a Wednesday live stream as well, it would be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 3 hours on each day. I don't know if I'm going to or not. You were close. Well, technically, they both fired 40 caliber or 40 grain projectiles. No, it's actually a G3X, so it's a full size 15 or 17 round grip with a short slide. Where's the AK, bro? There are no AKs in existence because AKs get live streams canceled. Get an STG-44, best gun ever. Yeah, right. That's why Palmetto decided to cancel their production of them. Those are nice guns. Thank you. Whew. Sorry, I got a really bad headache from throwing up. Oh, well, my wife came home. I gotta go. Hi, Mrs. Scoot. Your husband has been very well behaved and engaging on the live stream, and he didn't once talk about your booty. How do I feel about the G3X? I don't really understand the existence of short slide full frame guns. Number one, it's 3 rounds more than a G3C, so it doesn't make any sense. Because the flush fit mag can be 15, the extended mag is 17. For concealed carry, the grip of the gun, the frame of the gun is more important than the slide. You can have an 8-inch slide, stick it down your pants, pretend that's your penis, and then still not print because you have a shorter frame. So it doesn't make sense to me. And then you hear people saying that they want more accuracy out of the gun. Well, going with the shorter barrel reduces velocity, reduces sight radius, which again can also affect your accuracy. So like a 19X or, the Meta L, I don't understand why they exist. But they work. Don't insult it like that. What do I think about a Walther PPK? Notoriously, they are fun guns to shoot, but they're also notoriously finicky. And a new Walther PPK is like $1,000, so no thank you. Hey, Bigfoot, what's up? If the zombie apocalypse, I'm bringing my collection to you and we team up, okay? Sounds like a plan, Grayson. Of course, you got to get to me. By the time you get across that part of the country, it'll be 7 seasons of The Walking Dead, and you'll wind up 38 miles from where the show started. Boom, boom, boom. I am fair. I try to be. If you watch a lot of people's reviews of original PPKs, number one, the shite we got here, like the PPK S's and the Smith & Wesson license-built ones, those are not real PPKs. Those are junk. But a real PPK, they can be a little bit finicky on ammo. Where is your store at? Winchester, Virginia. It's called Win City Armory. You like the 19X, just feels good to me, weird as that is. Hey, to each their own, man. I'm not going to stop you from owning any gun. I don't even care if you want to own a Glock. You're not going to the range with me, but you can own a Glock if you want. But no, it's not my business to tell you what's going to work for you. I know what works for me. I like a longer slide. That's why I actually don't even care for 4.25-inch 1911s. Say goodnight. Have to go do treatment. Should have had you sign the CZ. It's going to be a special one. Oh, RG, I appreciate that, and good luck with your treatments, brother. Get some good sleep. I hope you pull through well. Always end up with cut hands. Yeah, that's true, too. Slag bite is a bitch. You have an original, never fired PPK. I will give you $8 right now. I might try to come someday. All right, sounds good, dude. Don't type in all caps, my guy, and in terms of what I recommend for handguns, I actually take it on a person-to-person basis. I want you to see what fits in your hand. I can help you determine what's a reliable handgun, but I don't tell you what's the best handgun. I want you to decide for yourself what's comfortable for you. How do I feel about the M&P Shield series? I like them. I even like the EZs, the hammer fired ones. The Shield is just nice. So when you go like the Shield Plus is a great concealed carry choice. Top Gun is a Tanfoglio Appeal 22 long rifle bullpup. Hey James, what's up? Do you think Elon Musk owns a gun? I think Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. The K-12 is a good gun. Yeah, agreed. K-12 is definitely a good gun. That's basically a copy of the Tanfoglio stock too. You have a Miscellaneous 1911, which I know isn't the best, but good on my budget. So if you're not into modifying your handguns, TSAW stuff is fine. It's going to work out of the box 95% of the time. I have problems with the company more than I do with the guns. I believe I could have just happened to have gotten a bad version of the Night Stalker from them because I bought an early release Night Stalker. But their response to my criticism has been so bananas that I just don't recommend their products. Oh yeah, the ATF's gonna flashbang your shit. They can do whatever they want, dude. I'm in full compliance. What's the best plate carrier in your opinion? I actually don't do anything with plate carriers, so SFR or somebody here, if one of you guys wants to comment, that'd be cool. That's what I meant, reliability. Oh, in terms of reliability, as much as I hate saying it, Glock is a very reliable handgun. Learn to shoot it, it's going to do you well. They shoot fine. They're reliable. They go bang nearly every time unless you limp wrist it. They're easy to maintain. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow showing how easy they are to field strip. Just make sure that if it's the only gun you're going to want, get something reliable like a Glock or a Smith & Wesson M&P or a CZ-P10. If you want a Glock, I highly suggest looking at a CZ-P10F or a P10C. They're very close in terms of size, but the P10s have a much better trigger than the Glocks. Do I know anything about guns in England and the UK? I know that they require special licenses and they are very hard to get. Do I like retro ARs? No, actually I don't. I don't like quad rail. I don't like A2 handguard handles. I don't like fixed front posts. Sorry. I've got a good Night Stalker. Yeah, it's only been disassembled 5 times and modified. Beretta 93R. Can't get those here, but awesome guns. I'm back. I hit the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps. So you carried your laundry and your groceries up from the car. For plate carriers, go Spartan. There you go. The P10C was your first pistol. Yeah, amazing triggers. Even Overton Windex, who is classically a Glock lover, which doesn't make any sense why anybody would love Glock, is beyond me. But he's gone on record as saying he thinks a Glock has a better trigger than a 1911, so that shows how wackadoo he is towards Glocks. But even he admits that the P10C has a better trigger. So awesome. I have a 19, 20, 21, 23, 27, and a 30. Oh, well, there you go. What's a good AR to get? Well, depending on where you live, whatever you can get. But here in the United States, number one, don't get anything with a poly body, like an ATI Omni. Avoid those. But if you get like a Diamondback or a Radical, they start at about $500. They're mil-spec internals, very easy to work on and quite reliable out of the box. So you can start at $500 and work your way up. Should I get my P01 Cajunized? Absolutely. I had the Cajun trigger in mine until I sold it to RG, and I love that trigger. I have a G2C that surprised me with its reliability and just doesn't quit. Yeah, 100%, man. As long as you keep them semi-clean, they're Glock internals, basically. It's going to run. And you got double strike capability with that gun. You got Spartan Armor Systems level 3 plus plates in your trunk. Nice. What do I think about the Beretta PX4 Storm? I just bought a 45 PX4 Storm. I got to take it out to the range. I've always been intrigued with that operating system, with the rotating barrel operating system. I've messed with my buddy's Grand Power, which is the same basic thing as a Beretta Storm, just a slightly different body. So we will see how it does. I got to get a few more mags for it. It didn't come with any extra mags. But yeah, I've got the PX4 Storm in 45, so we'll see. Is a crossbow a good alternative to a gun? Alternative, no. If you have the ability to own a firearm and train with the firearm and get good with the firearm, nothing in terms of self-defense outside of a firearm is going to be as good as said firearm. But if you can't have a gun, then potentially. But a crossbow it's single shot. You have to, it can be a heavy pull to reload it, so be careful. Canics have great triggers also. Yes, they do. They're licensed Walther P99 clones, or technically Walther P99s. They're not even really clones because they bought the spec pack from Walther. They pay a royalty for every gun they sell. You got on a few minutes ago, what is that contraption on top of your rack? That is the Tanfoglio Appeal. It's an Italian-built 22 long rifle bullpup rifle. Thoughts on actual MP40s, the historical ones? I want to have one just for style points. I've never handled an original. I've only held the GSG repros. The older stuff doesn't really appeal to me. I just dead honest. I like stuff that is more modernized, and that's just a personal thing. They're cool, and I would shoot one if I ever had a chance, but it's not like something I really want to collect, Your Leo buddy switched back to a Glock. There's nothing wrong with that. Pennsylvania State Police are able to run Walther PDPs now. Have I ever messed with the Ruger PCC and 9mm? I want one but don't know how it shoots. Yes, I have. I had the tactical version, which had the pistol grip and the AR buffer tube on it. But even in the stock rifle form, they are very easy to shoot. They come with both the Ruger SR mag internals as well as the Glock mag body for it. They shoot very well, man. Comparing the CZ Orange, the Alien Lago, the Lago Alien, and the STI Grandmaster, what's the best choice? Okay. Believe it or not, the CZ Tactical Sport Orange is probably the best bang for the buck out of all of them because it's a $2,000 gun with a 2-pound trigger, amazing sights, super easy to shoot. From there, I'd probably say that the trigger on the STI Grandmaster is going to be better than the Lago because the Lago has that remote reverse hammer on it, but it's still a good trigger for the Lago. But that one is also a piston-driven. It's a gas-driven one, kind of like a Desert Eagle, so you do have to be careful with heat in the Lago Alien. Like if you mag dump a Lago Alien a few mags, it's going to get super hot because the barrel is down inside the body of the gun. So I would say CZ Tactical Sport Orange, STI Grandmaster, and then the Lago Alien. I have a Beretta PX4 Storm in 9 when it first came out. You keep your CZ75 bedside. Nothing wrong with that. Do I play Hunter Call of the Wild? I don't play very many like first-person shooting video games. Am I a cop? No, sir, I am not a cop. What do you recommend to carry outside? Whatever you train with. It can be the same thing that you keep in your house. Just if you're only trying to run one gun, carry that one gun. But whatever you're most comfortable with is what you should carry. I'm sorry, I don't like to answer the for you questions. I can tell you what's reliable. You can run something like a Glock 17, a 19. You can run a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, either the compact or even the Bodyguard now in 380. The CZP 10 lineup, those are all great choices. They're very reliable. Well, you got to shoot the STI. Now that you bought the goddamn Alien, I might actually just give you your money back and keep the STI just so you can't have it. If you had a logo, what would be your first part you took a Dremel to? If I had a Lago Alien, if you go back on my channel, you'll see I actually reviewed the Alien 3 years ago. I was one of the first people to actually put up a review of the Alien because I had a customer send them in. I don't think they're on the first generation ones. I would knock down the grips a little bit because they're super sharp. Stone, there's a pile of STI project guns on auction. Did you see that? See those? Hey, SFR. He wants my STI Grandmaster in 38 Super. Opinions on Springfield M1A. I've shot them. They're fine. Again, not my style. Bodyguard 2.0. It feels nice in the hand. I haven't shot one, but everybody says it's an excellent carry gun, so I highly recommend it too. You probably said a word that wasn't allowed if your comment got removed. Or if you're talking religion or politics. Debating on hiking around with my 1911 at this point. That's what I daily carry. I carry the full 5-inch gun, man. Hello from Oregon. Are those bed side gun racks any good, depending on which one you're talking about. Like I just keep my shotgun by the door and I keep my 1911 on my bed. Should I add backup flip-up sights to my red dot 6-inch ARP? Only if you have a reason to believe that your optic is going to go bad. Or you can do what I did and I put an etched reticle. I've got the primary arm Cyclops with the lighted etched reticle on mine. So even if the thing goes out, I still have my dot. Flip-ups are only if you think you're going to need it for some reason. Hey, Mr. Mom. And if you're co-witnessing, I guess you could do that so you don't have to turn on the dot. But it's not really necessary. My favorite brand is Chiappa, followed by Glock, followed by... Have I ever dealt with an AA-12? No, unfortunately not. They banned them before I was able to ever play with one. Hey, Corcor, what's up? You like the shotgun behind me? What can I tell you about it? So that is the Keltec KS7. It's a single-tube 12-gauge bullpup shotgun. They are quite a handful. The action is going to be very close to your ear. You have to be careful and cognizant of that. Like that particular one I got up there has a different muzzle brake as well as an extended butt pad on the back, so it does help a little bit. But bullpup shotguns, bullpup anything are always going to be slightly less comfortable, and they're going to have a slightly compromised trigger. For example, if you take the trigger off of the KS7, it just disconnects because it literally just clicks in on just a little slider. So you have a completely disconnected trigger. It's not directly mounted to the gun. So you always wind up with the worst trigger that way. I am sorry. I am very hot all of a sudden. Mr. Mom, what's up? Mr. Martinez, what's up? Did the app get up and running fully? Which app? You talking about my store website? It's almost there. Like I can put up as many guns as I want. I just don't have a lot that I'm willing to put up yet. And I'm waiting for new gun stuff to be put up as well as online processing. It has no iron sights, just a red dot. Like I said, if you think that you might need to be able to run it without the red dot, or if you don't want to take the time to turn the red dot on, then run some backups. But I mean, it's a 6-inch AR. The distance you're going to be using that at, I wouldn't think that you're really going to need them. Just to look cool is what I would say. 90 people watching. Hit the like. Everybody hits the like, and an angel gets a Fig Newton. Do you think Patel will dismantle the ATF? I don't think so. I think that they'll try to push through more change, but changing an entire division of the government that has been around since the 60s is not as easy as you think it is. Look at the backlash over executive orders that are eliminating just a few thousand jobs at a time, and then imagine eliminating 15 times that number. You're talking about eliminating an entire division of the U.S. government that's been in place for over 60 years. Got any super soakers? Only when I'm with the ladies. You booked the trip to PA, you're coming soon. Nice, bring me some cocaine. I mean, sorry. You had a Winchester round blow up on you recently. Sorry to hear that. Was it a white box? Menopause. Lol, just kidding. Dude, I get hot flashes all the time. No, see, the problem is the heat's on in the building. It's technically remote controlled. I can't drop it below 70, and it was over 50 today, so the temperature of the heat is still cranked up, so I'm just cooking. Well, the weird thing is he's heading both FBI and ATF. Oh, then they definitely won't eliminate them both. The only thing that'll happen, if they get rid of the ATF, they're going to have to reassign all those agents. So either we're going to get a lot more IRS audits, we're going to get CIA operatives in other countries, or we're going to get FBI's investigating kidnapping and transportation across state lines. What do you hunt with? Nothing. Nobody's taken me hunting yet. SFR offered to let me go hunting with him, but I'm afraid to because I think he'd kick me out of Wyoming the minute I indeed into a cloud. We don't have any Coke. It's California. You got Coke. Just at the airport, once you get through the first check-in, just go, hey, man, I need some of that. Bump, bump. Hit the like button. It's on special tonight. It's totally free. If you don't hit it tonight, I'm sending you a bill for $8 tomorrow. Do you know that if every one of my subscribers sent me $1 a week, I'd never work again? Hi, I do not like weapons, but I wanted to say the guns on your wall look cool because it reminds me of GTA 5 at the gun shop, especially the one all the way up. Tony, I appreciate your message and thank you for leaving a polite message. I would I don't want to be somebody that tries to talk you out of your discomfort with firearms. I hope that someday you get somebody competent that can actually help you, like maybe shoot some, and you'll see that it's the person more than the item. It's the subject, not the item. But thank you very much. Maryland into a cloud. ND into a cloud is crazy. I'll take down that cloud. Just you watch. That cloud was staring at me. Star Wars blasters in the back. It kind of looks like it. Is it really work when you enjoy your job? When I'm eating bad shiz? Sometimes. Thank you, Tony. How's your G3 working? So that G3 belongs to my store. I have the G3 Tactical, and I have had excellent results with that the entire time I've had it. I accidentally dropped the mag while I was loading it one day, and that failed to feed, but that was my fault. But otherwise, it's been great. I like the G3 line. Gladiator comes in with $2. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. 179,998 people to go. Is 6.5 credited? Creedmoor a good gun? I hunt with one and I like it. I've heard it's a good one, dude. As soon as I closed the bolt, it went off. Jesus. ND into a cloud is also known as a purpose sent indirect fire. Ah, see? I'll be the guy that sets up I'll be the one that shoots like 80 yards to the left of the target just to drive them into your line of sight, SFR. I am your Wingham man. Boom, boom, boom. Joe, I won another gun broker auction. What'd you get this time? And are you gifting me your staccato then? No G3 works. Lol. Okay. Have you tried the 5.7 Kel-Tec? I have not tried the 5.7 Kel-Tec. If you're talking about the new one, it's not available to me yet. With the stripper clips, if you're talking about the old P50, I have not tried that one either. Do I like precision shooting? I don't do a lot of it. I do a little bit of accuracy shooting with like my ARs and stuff, but I don't have anywhere over 300 yards to shoot, so I can't really say I do a lot of precision, and I don't shoot much 22. I know 22 what they precision shoot at like 100 yards or 75 yards or something. I like to be accurate, though. I'm not into speed. I'm more into accuracy because when I go fast, I'm a vertical shooter because of my nerve damage and stuff. But I've actually gotten a lot better than that. Stone will tell you when we were down there in North Carolina, my accuracy was actually pretty good. I was impressed with myself. Crazy story. Sorry, I wanted to read that before I read it out loud. I'm 17. The FBI raided my house because my girlfriend named GC terrorism plans. They contain nothing about terrorism. They charged me with possession of ammo when it was 22 long rifle. That's crazy, dude. Won a World War II P38 for $691. That's actually a really solid deal, dude. The last one I sold, a buddy of mine had the evil chicken on it. And I got like $1,600 for that. So if you got it for $691, even after fees, you're going to be well under like $900. That's a really good deal. Have I seen the 17.556 Wildcat? I've only seen the one on Demo Ranch when he was testing it out, like 5,000 feet per second. That's insane. See some pretty big votes where I live, but I can't touch them. Yotes, gotcha. You can if they're on private land. Boom, boom, boom. Do you like your KS7? Not a fan of how close my hand is to that muzzle. Honestly, I've only shot one once. I've never shot the one behind me. That one actually belongs to my friend. But the one that I shot, it's uncomfortable. I have a Mossberg 930 Tactical. That's like, in my opinion, one of the best shotguns available. Especially for the price. If you're talking under $1,000 and you want super reliability, a 930 Tactical, you can usually find the new 940s or newer 940s for about $1,000 if they're on sale. If you step over the $1,000 line, then you got the Beretta A300 1301, and then you step up to the Benelli. The Turkish stuff is pretty solid, but man, my 930, man, I've gotten rid of all my other shotguns and I never used because of the 930. Jesus, I'm trying not to throw up. Van, thank you for liking my videos. My wife's reaction was, what the F when I told her they sell for at least 1K. Yeah, that's what I was telling you, dude. It's got the dirty birdies. Yeah, the dirty birdies are a big deal when it comes to a P38. Really quick, since you're a CNR, a lot of people don't know this, so we'll give a little bit of a fun fact. If you have one that was built during the second run of the P38 because they stopped production right after or right in at the end of World War II, after they resume production, they are then called P1s. You wanted to steal from him. Nice. Oh, you deleted Bigfoot's message. Okay, what did he say? Bigfoot, you can't ask questions like that. I know that you're just kind of fooling around because you've been on the lives before, Bigfoot. I don't know if somebody timed him out. If you timed him out, drop it down a little bit. But Bigfoot, if you're still in here, just don't make jokes like that because the algorithm's been really fucky because of government shit. You have a P1. Yep, that's true. So now you have them both. Thoughts on carrying a pistol with a conversion barrel like a Glock 27 with a 9mm double diamond barrel? I'm thinking 9 for the hoods, 40 for the woods. As long as it's a good conversion barrel, I have no problem with it. But if you're like just throwing the cheapest possible barrel in there, then they could have issues. But if you have a good barrel, then it's fine. Jiminy, craziest part of the story was they put me in juvie and kept me for 6 months. Jesus Christmas, where do you live? Yet they charged me. That was crazy, man. If I send you the auction, can you check it out? Let me know what you think. Yeah, send it over to my Jiminy Show email. Yeah, that's crazy. It's Cam. Love the KS7. Thank you. Stone to untime someone, change it to 10 seconds. Gotcha. California. That explains a lot. That sucks, dude. Taurus Model 605 has been super comfortable and reliable for me so far. Yep, the revolvers from Taurus are actually pretty solid. Yo, for my CCW friend says I should get an armor-piercing round for self-defense, but I think hollow point rounds. What's your opinion? Armor-piercing rounds are not recommended for self-defense. Armor-piercing rounds are a round that's designed to penetrate and cause massive penetration damage. That can be used against you. Hollow points are designed to stop in a subject. So if you look at ballistics gel, if you fire a 230 grain 45 into ballistics gel, it's going to go a lot deeper than a 230 grain hollow point. Same thing with 9. Same thing with anything. Also, armor piercing 9mm is, I don't even know where you get that. If you're carrying 5.7 by 28 steel tip or 5.56 in an AR pistol, then you have a chance of penetrating soft body armor, but there's no point to armor-piercing ammo unless you're trying to get yourself in trouble when you get in trouble. It sounds like he needs a better lawyer. That's true. No problem, Bigfoot. Yeah, like I said, you've been here a long time. That's why I'm in your corner, dude. You've never been like a super dick, so you're fine. 80th like, thank you, Bass. Storm Lake makes nice conversion barrels. There you go. My brother is loving the PSA 5.7. Nice. I'm glad. He's called me for the past 2 days talking about it. I'm happy to hear that, Stone. I liked that gun. That was a good one. Any info on 7.62 by 39 PPU 23 rounds? I have a bunch that I can't find any info on. I don't know too much. I know PPU used to make some really solid stuff. Boom. So, I mean, they still make 7.62 by 39. So, if you just go to Midway USA, they have stuff on it. I want to build a 5.56 3-inch AR just for the fireball. Yeah, and then suppress it just to really screw with people. I love my rock. Yeah. Email sent me. Let me know what you think. That's a lot of guns. Not really, Evan. His buddy has me scouring the internet trying to find another one. Yep. Hold on a second. I'm going to check out this email from Mr. Mouse. Now that a lot more of my regular crew is here as well, Just letting you guys know that I think I'm going to start doing Wednesday as well, since I can't work a second job. If it helps me, uh, if it helps me raise the other 10,000 I need, I'll be very happy. That looks so much like the one I used to have. The one I had a lot less bluing on it. It was a little bit more in need of refinishing, which is actually why I sold mine. But dude, that is beautiful. Numbers matching on the frame. Sorry, I'm looking at a P38. I like them. So the one I sold, that's a really solid deal, by the way, Mouse. That's amazing. Um, what about the stands? What about the stand? Hold on a second. All I was told is larger primer. I don't know what that means, Paul. What do you use them for? Sporting purposes, my guy. I like to test different stuff. I also do reviews on this channel, so I look at a lot of different guns. Thank you. I can believe I won it for. No, you did really good, dude. And the fact that it's numbers matching is awesome. If seven's a lot of guns, I must have a problem. I am. Well, technically, the G3 and the G3X are exactly the same. So, like I said, I use them just for sporting practice and sporting, just shooting, stuff like that. No, I have triple digits for gun ownership. I just only put up guns that I'm selling. So the one that I had, the last one I had, the only thing that didn't match, it even had this numbers matching falling block. So if you take yours apart when you get it, it's actually serialized. The dropping block is. My mag was one digit off, so I think he had traded it with his buddy. Playing Fortnite right now and using something that looks like an XM8 prototype rifle. Wish me luck. Good luck. Oh, okay. Yeah, the pictures you sent me, gotcha. I've got a stand that's kind of similar to that. Those are cool. Definitely works. Yeah, I could use those in the store if you can. If they don't cost too much to print. Let me know. I'll buy the PLA if you're printing them out of PLA or whatever. Can't have just one toy. I also like having choice. The primer is larger than my other rounds and it has a red ring around it. Oh, he's got a slap round. I'm playing. Did it? Oh wow! I'm going to check that out. I have two mags from the P1 I bought. Evan, well, how's your day going, man? Pretty good. You guys, I have to go to the bathroom really quickly, so you guys can just kind of talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna mute it so you don't hear the splash. I'll be right back. I don't even know what he's doing. He flooshed. Oh, wait, there's one of my guys. Look! What are you guys talking about? Let's hear this story. And PS have been good to me. PS says they're good and they're bad. Evan's about to make a confession. I live 15 minutes from PSA. Their deals are wonderful. In-store and online customer service isn't too great. Gotcha. This is pure undying autism. You know what they say, love is fleeting, but the tism's forever. No yotes, but I see a raccoon I could quietly pop. Pop that shiz, man. They're an invasive species. They have no QC. Their 5.56 barrels don't have proper 5.56 throat. Yeah, I've seen that a lot with some of their stuff. Like TFB TV is a very big YouTube channel, and they got the 5.7 rock before I did, and they got sent one that was missing a roll pin for the fire control group, so it literally fell out of the gun. I'm moving my table. Oh shit. Oh shit. I might have just broken shit. My Mac survived, so that's good. Hold on, I can still read the comments. Something about Joe's a dumbass. Yeah, apparently I didn't lock the leg on this. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's fine. The half with my shit on it's still good, but my computer fell off. Ow! Leave me alone, motherfucker. Well, fuck me. Everything is fine. Everything is 100% fine. Don't worry. In case you're wondering, you fell off. Because, wouldn't you? Okay. It's fine. Oh, fuck. Hey, someone tell me not to pass out. Well, fuck me. Hey, look at the wall, okay? Shut up. I fucked up. It's all fine. Yeah, look straight up. I broke my phone holder and everything, guys. Damn it! I've only been doing this for 8 years, guys. Bear with me. All right, you still there? Okay. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living the dream. Best live stream ever. Also, my phone is very hot. Huh. Great. On a positive note, I cleaned my desk. I'd really like to read this. All right. People complain about most of the exercise I've seen you do in one stream. Yeah, it made me want to pass out too. All because I picked this guy up. The whole table fell over. Bye-bye. Got to go to bed. All right, Bigfoot. Am I being rated by the ATF? No, I'm just a dumbass. Holy Armory. No, Wind City Armory. The worst part is my laptop fell off the desk and all the screws fell out. All because I didn't have the leg locked down. There you go. Lol, I still can't believe none of you care that I'm gay. Dude, be whatever you want. Just don't be an asshole. You kidding me? Gay people are awesome. I'm going to send you another email. Is it a picture of my own ass? Oh no, is your desk okay? This is just a folding table. You're going to have fun looking for those. No, I've got a lot of the screws. Luckily, they didn't go too far because that was on the side of the desk that didn't fully topple over. But the whole laptop just fell off the desk. So now I got to find all the parts that fell out of the internals. Was that a Virginia earthquake? It was a Virginia moped. It was really fun, but I don't want it. I don't wish it on anybody. Girls will leave, trains will leave when you expect them to. Me, certified autist. Okay. See, man, struggling with multiple levels of physical and emotional issues. JJ, what's the question, man? Hi, Destiny. How are you? You just missed my desk falling apart because I'm a dumbass. But on a positive note, my desk is clean now. And Milo didn't fall off. I just like how he had the dramatic slow fall. All right, I will give Apple a little bit of credit. So this is a 27-inch iMac, and it literally fell off the desk, and not a single problem with it. Also, it's not a Mac. It's running Windows. So anybody that says this is a Mac is a liar. Nice guns, Daddy. You call me father. No spamming, lickins. Lick. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at your stand right now, dude. I like it. That would look good on top of the counter, for sure. Oh no, Bitcoin's down 5%. Yeah, I do see it on there. See a couple of guns on there. See your P1. Something hammer fired. Let me get a different picture. So you've got hammer fired. I approve of everything you got on there. Oh, I got dizzy picking all that shit up. The one on the top looks very heavy. Believe it or not, Destiny, it's very light. It's all polymer. The only thing metal on it's the barrel. Starting a business, underwear vending machine in bathrooms. Boom. It's actually a good idea. Yep. Can I shoot a 308 out of a 30-06 pump rifle? No. Good night. Got to go to work tomorrow. All right, biz dude. Oh, there's the cover. Put my screws back where they were before my table falls over again. Let's hope the pegboard is installed better than the table. Double-sided tape works every time. Are you into fitness? I was a long time ago, before all my physical problems started really getting bad. Sure, my grandpa did it all the time for hunting. I don't recommend it. Oh, now you're talking about stuff I don't really know much about, BCG. Every 45 is not old. 45 is very old. For somebody with as many physical problems as I have, well, technically, if you go by date of death and date of resurrection, technically I am barely 8 years old because I died in 2017. So technically, I'm 8 years AD. Fitting this concealed carry in my holster. You should have went with fitting these nuts in your mouth. I would have gotten that better. You're still trying to tell people you're 45, dude, 62, but Asian, so you can get away with it. It's all right, Jackson. I have a not a Dodge now, so you can tell me I'm okay. Oh, by the way, happy birthday. You're the one who keeps carrying on the convo. I swear I'm chill. I met one of them. All right, Evan. Let's go ahead and dial it back, man. I sent you my yesterday hunting pew in your inbox. People like sending me emails. What kind of Yodes were you taking with the 45? Ooh, that's a good one to be playing with. Did you get a chance to use it on anything? Did you get a tag? Tell me a fact you think I should know. I'm trying not to be a sarcastic asshole. And it's really hard for me. Sorry. I'm ancient in dog years. That can be your excuse. Lol. Oh, you didn't get nothing? That sucks. Vote for Joe. Why would you vote for me? If I became president, I don't think that I would threaten my own cabinets. And as you can see, I have a drinking problem, so I can't see how I could ever be president. Documented drinking problem. I can't hold a table, much less a conversation. Am I ex-military? No, sir. I am not ex-military. Was not able to serve. Wanted to, but too many physical problems. Evan, your feet are not exact same size. One is always a little bigger. That's true. Here's a fact for you. You can always see your nose. Your brain just kind of airbrushes it out. Vote Brandon Herrera for ATF director. Sorry, he's not sucking Trump's asshole, so he's never going to be able to do it. Plus, he's appointing his own people. Is that a 2011? There are no 2011s currently behind me, my good sir. Okay, if you want to know how big your foot is, that's how big your foot is. Your foot should be the same size as your forearm between your wrist and your elbow. I wonder if people who gain their sight back see their nose if their brain filters it out. It's a good question. It's not easy to regain sight. So people have had corneal transplants and stuff, but they had vision before they lost it, so the brain would probably still work the exact same way. But you can't go from total. I don't think so. I'd have to look up medical things, but if it was possible for people to just get eyes and start seeing again, then there wouldn't be blind people. because organ donors would be giving up their eyes to every blind person. Same as my pee-pees. I didn't know that about the nose thing. Yeah, unless you have no nose or massive septum, deviated septum or something, you always see your nose. Even if, especially if your eyes are closer together than mine. I've got those wackadoo eyes, but like I can always see the end of my nose. And I got a pretty little cutie nose. I got a kitty patootie nose. Little upsweep right there. Really good for the cocaine. The brain named itself. Yep. The brain is actually the only thing that controls all of this. We think that we're moving our hands. Like, I'm moving my hands. No, my brain is moving my hands. My hands are just connected to my brain by neurons and shit. What's the longest that somebody has had the hiccups? I think it was a girl from Florida. She had the hiccup for years or something. What a kabooty pakooty papoo. But I am my brain. No, your brain is your brain. You are a bunch of electrical impulses inside your brain. You are electrical impulses inside of a meat bag. Okay. If this is true, a man named Charles Osborne, who lived from 1894 to 1991, had hiccups for 68 years, from 1922 to 1990. He was entered in the Guinness World Records, which is bullshit record book. They estimate he had 430 million hiccups throughout his life, and he only got one good year before he died. That sucks. Nice sub. Thank you, Jake. What's your Florida man challenge? Be good to the guy next to you on the bus next time you ride a bus. That's my challenge to you. Where's Big D McDD? Big D was in the box that fell off my desk. Electrical impulses inside of a meat bag? Nice insult. I call the brain a meat bag. Technically, you can eat it. No all caps. Sucker had a long life. Dude, people born in the early... I'll answer that question. Ordinary gooners, I've never killed anybody. But yeah, people born before like 1920 live long fucking lives. Sorry. What content do you do? I do firearms reviews and I make shorts, videos, and stuff like that. When you're done watching the live, if you just click on my name, which should be appearing on your screen, it'll take you to my main channel. There's over 1,500 gun videos. Bro does the same shit every day. So do a lot of people. Oh, Florida Man challenge is Googling Florida Man with your birthday. Read what it says. Okay. I heard if you died in your house with your dog, eventually your dog will eat you. That could be. So, Florida Man with my birthday, huh? So on my birthday, Florida Man flashes buttocks at IHOP after impersonating a police officer. You just picked up a 375 H&H Magnum. Jesus, nice. LPVOs or EOTechs, depending on what you're doing with it, my friend. If you need the magnification, obviously you want to go with the LPVO. But if you're talking like a 100-yard gun, an EOTech could serve you just as well. Nice guns back there, especially the Beretta. Thank you, but there's no Beretta back there. As somebody who has a lot of pain problems, would you trade places with the person that has a disorder where they don't feel any pain? You're talking about CEPA, chronic insensitivity to pain stimuli. Yeah, I would trade for CEPA in a heartbeat just because of the amount of pain I live in, but I wouldn't wish my pain on anybody. Even assholes don't deserve the amount of pain that I live with. So I would love to experience no pain. And every once in a while, like every now and then I'll wake up in the morning and for like 20 minutes, I won't feel any pain just because my whole body's kind of still asleep. And in those 20 minutes, believe it or not, it actually triggers an anxiety attack, because if I'm not in pain, I think something's wrong. We do not want to mess with you. No, you can mess with me. Just do it lovingly. I can take a joke. Just don't be a jerk. Is there any reason why I don't see AR-10 lowers being sold? AR-10 lowers don't get sold. They're not as publicly available because they're not like AR-15s. Any AR-15 lower and upper should work together because they're all cut the same. But AR-10s are not regulated that way, or like there's no common pattern for the lowers. So you can't put like a PSA upper on say a Knight's Armament lower and expect it to work. So you don't see them as often because most people will buy them complete or upper and lowers complete. Even dogs will wait a week. Cats will only wait a day. Well, is that an FN57? No, that is the TSOS 57. Definitely looks like one. It is not. It's the TSOS brand. I made sure to sub. Thank you, BCG. Do you wipe back to front or front to back? Bro, I just pull up my pants and let the marks do what they're going to do. How many guns do you got? Don't know. Never count. Have you bought anything from the CMP? I personally have not, because they typically deal with guns that are, LE trade-ins and World War II and some rebarreled stuff. It's all stuff I really don't mess with. They are not mil-spec. Do I got a Cash App I want to donate, but I don't have a credit card? Yes, I do. The Cash App, I will type it in here. So if anybody wants to do a donation and you don't want YouTube to take 30% of my damn donation and make it take 6 weeks, there you go. That is my Cash App. What's the spiciest thing you've had? The spiciest thing I've had was I ate a ghost pepper on a dare. Thinking about a Garen from them. They're a really reputable source for them. Just be aware that if you get something that's been restocked and rebarreled, you're going to reduce your value, so don't overpay for it. Like a 00 barrel just means it's unfired and brand new, and that means nothing. It just means that it's had new parts put on an old receiver. But CMP in general is very reputable at producing good guns. Do I got a job? I own my own FFL. I own a odds and ends store. I do electronics stuff, reselling, and I'm technically disabled. And the fact that I've been trying to build my store up, and the fact I'm starting to have fainting spells and blood pressure problems, probably means I'm going to wind up in the hospital again, but hopefully the store will be self-sufficient by then. I still have the taste in my mouth. It's only spicy because you made her angry. What's the biggest millimeter guns that you have? I've got 45-70 rifle, 30-30 rifle. I used to have a 50 AE Desert Eagle. But in terms of millimeters, if you're talking about just in terms of overall size, 50 caliber is technically the largest we're allowed to own, unless you have special sporting rifles like the 700 Nitro Express and all those guns. Those are special. All right, Alex. So my dad's brother's got an AK and it sucks. AKs are, they're spray and praise. Love the stream, by the way. Thank you, Leo. Dope as hell. Thank you, Gnome. What do you think about a high point C9? If you go into it with the expectations that it's a high point, it'll be fine. If you go and buy a high point expecting to get something like a 1911 or a Glock, it's not going to happen. Also, don't use the aftermarket red ball mags for them. Just use the stock mags. Just get good at swapping out mags and you'll be fine. I would get the YC9 because it's not much more money and you get to call it a yeet cannon. Where there's big bore rounds. Yeah, and again, I agree. There are. But technically, like, unless they're special sporting rifles, like the JDJ 959, the Big Mac or Fat Mac, that's a 95 caliber gun. Technically, 50 caliber is the largest we're allowed to own without those special editions. Probably a Lamau. I got an AK. I got an AK on the chair over there. Just last time I had an AK on the wall, it got my live taken down. I have a 50 BMG, but the rounds are expensive to shoot. Yeah, Lake City ammo used to make a lot cheaper ammo. Standard ball round, like the 350 grain or the 500 grains, they're typically about $5 a round. 338 Lapua match is actually more expensive than 50 BMG though. Thoughts on the A300 Patrol? Great shotgun. I think if you can get one for around $1,000, like a used one, they're a great purchase, and I highly recommend them. Yeah, high points are capable of jamming very easily. They can be very picky with what they want to run, things like that. 500 rounds out of them is a lot of rounds out of a high point, honestly, for a zinc-based alloy gun. So I'm surprised they ran that long. Pistols are good guns, yes they are. I thought Glock was a high point. If only they were a little less pretentious, I'd call them high points. Civilians can have a 40 mic on a Form 4. Yes, you can, but each round that you have in a 40 mic has to be tax stamped, not just in general. So there's the device itself and then each round that it fires, unless you're using training rounds. I'm in love with 450 Bushmaster. Yeah, the specs on that shiz is pretty insane. It's like 100% more power at 100 yards than a 12 gauge slug. It's crazy. I have a 37 millimeter flare gun. You like the Glock 2010 mil? Oh, sorry to hear that, Jim. Sorry. This is not the channel for coming in and just saying stuff like that. Jim, if your daughter is missing, call 911. If you're just trying to be funny, it's not funny. Oh, fuck. So, where are we at? 10 o'clock. So, every hour on the hour, I like to ask you guys for a big favor. I don't ask you for money unless you feel like donating, and then go freaking ahead. I don't care. But all I want from everybody that hasn't done so already, if you're on mobile, double tap the screen so I can get some likes. What it does is it shows YouTube that my channel is promotable, that people watch it, interact, and have a good time with it. So leaving your comments and your likes and stuff is actually as valuable, if not more valuable, than the watch time, as well as any money that I make from it. So just by donating some of your love, that's all I need. I don't need the sploogey love, just the double tap love is good enough for the Joe. Stuff performed awesome. Yeah, that's what I heard. Is it a Taurus? Yes, it's the PT92 Compact D Cocker model. How do you feel about the super safety? If you want one, get one. I've got a binary, which is enough for me. I have no desire to get an FRT or a super safety. Even the binary, it burns through ammo so fast when you start getting into it. And the biggest problem isn't even like me personally owning the binary. I use it sparingly. But if I hand my buddy my rifle with my good parts on it and a nice binary trigger, the first thing they do is and they just burn through an entire mag of ammo. And I'm sitting there going, great, 5.56, good 5.56 is nearly $1 a round. So you just burned through $30 of ammo for no other reason than to say you went fast. And then they never give you ammo back. I have a couple of friends that will provide the ammo that they shoot, but I've got more friends that like to just shoot my stuff and then not replace it. And that gets old and tiring very quickly. Can't tell the difference between a Beowulf or a Bushmaster on deer. They both go straight down. Well, there you go. Roxanne, thank you for coming in and hanging out, Roxana. Make sure you hit the like. I'm somewhat new. What's in the shadow box? The shadow box is a non-firing replica of a Winchester model 1886. It's my grandfather worked for Winchester for a long time. I found that at a flea market and I thought it was cool. So I picked it up. So it's, like I said, it's a non-firing replica, but it just looks cool. Good to bad scale. What do you rate the M855 for 5.56? In regards to what? Now, I don't know a lot of the different designations, so I'm going to look it up so I don't sound completely stupid. That's the green tip stuff. All right, so I run the X-Tac 62 grain. I'm not allowed to use it at my buddy's range on his steel targets because it leaves divots and shit. I wouldn't use it in a self-defense situation because it's going to go right through a soft target. 300 blackout is binary super safety, just burns a hole in your pocket. Yeah, exactly, Jake. They're fun. They're fine. I don't care. If you want a fully automatic, I don't care. Do whatever you're going to do. But for me, it's just a waste of ammo. What's your primary home defense firearm? 930 shotgun. 855 is junk. It's cheaper than a lot, like the X-Tac stuff, which is Korean. You can usually get a box of 20 rounds for like $11.99 most places because it's always on sale. I've run PMC bronze. I've run just straight federal. I have a problem with most Winchester stuff. It's just so dirty. DP12s are good. Yeah, DP12s are good. That's the Kel-Tec KS7 on the wall, but the DP12s are fun. Have I thought about getting another 50 AE just for the collection? Honestly, I have, but when I decided to start the business, I put nearly $100,000 worth of my own inventory into my taxes. So those have to be on the books and eventually get sold. So until I can stop selling my personal collection to fund my business, I'm not even considering buying anything at this point. The only thing I will buy, if it comes up, is a DWX optics cut. You load your own for competition. That's cool. Zaxxon, SFR is spitting some knowledge at you, brother. Did that to Jake. Hello, just because I love the sound it made. Suppressed. Gotcha. Is a semi-auto shotgun better for home defense or a pump just fine? I'm deciding on what to get. Pump is absolutely 100% fine. The only reason to go to a semi-auto is if you're going to go to a quality one. So a Mossberg 930 is probably what I would say would be like your lowest that I would say that you should go on a modern gun. 940 tacticals are about the same price if you buy one used. I don't know if I would trust a Turkish semi-automatic shotgun with my life. Like I had the Black Aces Tactical. I traded it for tattoo work because I already had the Mossberg 930. Semi-auto is just easier to run because you don't have to pump it between each shot. And in the moment when you're having like anxiety because you think somebody's coming, you fire around and you got to go and rack in the next shell. You might not rack it right. You might short stroke it, etc. So a semi-auto is just easier to fire under pressure. That's how you play that tax game. Oh, I really didn't want to do it. But I'm not taking out a loan to run my store. That's the one thing I said I wouldn't do because I'm not going into debt to open the store. So I've taken on a few investors and I need to raise about $10,000 more capital and then I can stop. And then basically the investors I'll have at that point means I'll probably push out about 20% of my company, retain 80%. But yeah, $10,000 more is my goal. It was supposed to be from working a second job, but I can't do that because of my feigning spells. 22 TCM is a fast round. Yes. Armscore created that round. It's running at about 2,000 feet per second out of a 5-inch barrel, which is very impressive. My first gun was a 9mm 22 TCM combo. On that note, I actually spoke to Armscore. Thank you for reminding me. Friday, somebody pointed out that Armscore has been using my video in their advertising without my permission. So I spoke to somebody at Armscore today. They're talking to management right now because I did say, hey, look, you're using my work without my permission. You're promoting it as if you're implying that I'm promoting your company. So I'm waiting to hear back on that. So hopefully the Armscore situation will iron itself out. I really just want to use it as a way to get my foot in the door and get some review samples. I'm not trying to be an asshole to them. I don't care that they used my video. I'm honored that they would want to, but the fact of the matter is they took my entire video without modifying it, editing it, or anything, and then put it on their email blast to try to sell their guns without my permission and without telling me. Yes, they did put my name in it, but they also said it was under their influencer feature, like they asked me to make the video for them, which is not the case. So I'm waiting to hear what happens from that. What do I think about Rock Island shotguns? They're fine. They're usually built by Daria Arms, and Daria Arms makes a ton of shotguns. Would 8.6 black perform in a 10.5? Yes. Sorry, my eyes are going crazy. What's my favorite EDC and why? Right now, it's between two of my 1911s. One is my Black Ops, Para Ordnance Black Ops. It's actually a Series 80, but it's got a modified trigger in it. So that's one of my favorites. And the other one is my Springfield Operator. What sucks? Got a 22 TCM rifle in semi. It's a good gun. Sounds like fun. Mods for a Glock 45. I have a Trijicon RMR and X300 Light. I would change out the sights for a set of steel sights because a Glock 45 comes with the standard plastic sights. If it's your carry gun, I'd probably say that's all you really need to do because the Gen 5 Glocks supposedly come with a better trigger, and they are at about 5.5 pounds, so for a carry gun, that's fine. You could also replace the connector bar and the spring inside the rear of the sear part, so you can get it down to like a 4-pound trigger. But I mean, just put a good set of night sights on it, just in case you're in the dark and your RMR isn't on. Wow. Sorry, my computer just lost internet connection. Mag base pads. They're already 17 rounders. Armscore, what they did. Like I said, it is what it is. Somebody from the marketing department probably saw the video because it was one of the newer ones on the 22 TCM double stack. And I mentioned in that video that my first gun was a Rock Island double stack, and that's why I liked them. And they decided to use the entire video. And that's the other thing. So fair use when it comes to copyright means they could have taken a few seconds of it, or they could have chopped it up, they could have reviewed it, they could have changed it. But literally, they called me one of their influencers, put me into their promotional ads, and then just linked to the entire video. Now, you could just click on it and watch the entire video, which does go directly to my webpage or to my YouTube channel, but still they're implying that I'm promoting their company, which is not what's happening. Hey, Micah. You're getting a Wilson Combat CQB? You're going to love that. Drop free nicer, not always extend. Oh, gotcha. Understood, SFR. Shorties are load sensitive, need 1300 FPS to cycle. Oh, you're talking about... Everybody's talking about stuff I can't figure out. Bro looks like a blue fish. Oh, am I not getting enough oxygen? I hate when that happens. I prefer to be a tuna. And why do you spend all day looking at fish? That's weird. Can't you get friends? Somebody to hang out with? Boyfriend, girlfriend, your mom, creepy uncle, Father McCreepy Finger down at the church. Really, you spend all your time comparing people to fish? That's sad. I just did a Mariglow iron, so perfect. There you go, Rich. Hey, fish are great friends. They taste great. I can't get friends. You can get friends, although you're 18, so you got to be really careful. Are they airsoft? Nope, they're real. Fish dicks. I don't like fish dicks. Oh, sticks. Sorry. I like the Benelli Supernova, but 4+1 turns me off. Yeah, I can see that. Your parents can own a gun and you can shoot it, but you at the age of 16 being a minor cannot legally own the gun yourself. When you turn 18, you can get yourself a gun. If you live in a state with private sales, you might even be able to get yourself a handgun at 18. But you have to be very careful. A lot of gun stores won't sell pistol-style ammo to people under the age of 21. However, my ATF guy told me to just ask what gun it's going into, and if they happen to say it's a rifle, then I can't call them a liar. Also, if they buy a PCC the day that they're buying the ammo, then they can buy whatever the frick they want because they're buying a rifle already. Scared to modify my partner shotgun. Everyone says it's already aftermarket. There you go. Opinion on Bull Armory's Ultralight 2011 9mm. I haven't shot one, James, but I've heard that Bull, from like the regular 1911s of Bulls, and I've shot one of their SAS 2s. Just in general, they produce a very fine gun. So I would not be afraid to rock one. Debating on getting a carry a holster for the Lago. If I spend that much money on a gun, I kind of want to carry it. No, nothing saying you can't carry it, man. Do it, dude. I dare you. I double dog dare you. How I was doing to use it, ounce. Soon I will be investing in the MCX Spear. Hopefully my expectations aren't too high. I would have high expectations for a rifle that costs upwards of $4,000. So keep your expectations high. Don't modify your expectations to fit what you wind up with. If you have standards, maintain them, sir. Felons can buy as many bullets as they want is crazy to me. Yeah, but they can't walk into a gun store, tell me they're a felon, and then stay in my store. Hopefully Filipinos won't be like the ones trying to take their islands. I hope they resolve the issues about using your show without your permission. Arms Corps is actually an American-owned company. They're just Filipino-based for their production. Arms Corps is actually out of Pahrump, Nevada, the parent company. It's actually a white guy that started the company. But we'll see. You know, I told them they got to stop using the video until somebody from management contacts me. But I am expecting some kind of compensation for the time they used it. Because, again, they're using my likeness to sell their product without my permission. Yeah, like here in Virginia, Jackson, a felon can order ammo to the house. I wouldn't have to get it specially made because they don't sell any concealed holsters for it. Yeah, you would have to because the side of the slide is what, you know, the only part that moves, the top doesn't. So I wonder if you would carry it by a light-based one or trigger guard. Bought a chest holster for my Bull Armory, 1911. Nice. I believe it can use all 870 parts, and I don't want to switch out anything I can do to 870 parts, but I don't know if it's a good idea. Is it giving you any reason to need to change parts, Paul? I mean, if it's running reliably, I'd say leave it alone. If you're having issues with it or if a part fails, then I would say change it out for the 870, the Remington parts. But I would say if it's running fine, I would just let it go. Processing ammo shows intent. They fook them up on that all the time. Or they lock them up on that all the time. Yeah, exactly. That's why if somebody were to walk in, I've had people, when I was down at Liberty Arms, kid came in, younger guy, he was an adult, came in and he kept asking about air guns and if we had BB guns that looked real, and he eventually told us he was a felon. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, you got to go. You know, because he wanted to buy a realistic looking air gun for self-defense because, you know, either that or he was going to try to rob somebody. I don't know what the fuck this kid was going to do. But yeah, a felon cannot be in a gun store because it's a gun store. They can be in a Cabela's or a Sportsman's because they got all their shit, but you can't go into a gun store as a felon. The expectation of purchase is gun. You guys don't care who's going to blah, 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 blah. You only care about makes money. What the hell are you talking about, son? Why spend $4,000 on a rifle when a $1,000 rifle does the same thing? If that's your way of wanting to look at it, Mose, that's perfectly fine. $1,000 rifle can do most things that a $4,000 rifle can. When you're talking about, when you're comparing same type of rifles at varying prices, it comes down to skill of the shooter or experiences of the shooter. The more you experience a platform, let's say, because I'm a very big 1911 fan, I can easily tell the difference between a $500 1911 and a $3,000 1911 since I've carried them both, and I would prefer the $3,000 1911. It's not saying you can't do the work with the $500 1911, but the more accustomed and acclimated you become to using something, the more you respect and appreciate quality. So, I get it. I'm about to pass out. Grayson, thanks for talking as long as you did, man. Sorry you didn't get a yote. Hopefully you get one. You're tough to in a gun in the past 5 years or pay for a 30-day permit. That's stupid. Am I a true operator? Hell no, dude. I'm a guy that can defend myself and those around me, but I will never claim to be that guy. Sometimes I don't feel so I want to do the extractor system. Then run it, dude. It's your gun. Have fun. Do I believe in safes? Yes, I've got a couple. But I've also got a gun room. So Can you cross state lines with ammo? Yeah, people do it all the time though. Like I'm 5 miles from West Virginia and they don't have tax on ammo. The name of the top firearm on the wall. That is a Tanfolio. Tanfolio Appeal. Appeal. It's a bullpup 22 long rifle. Go to Win City Armory. WINCITYARMORY. I believe every gun on that wall is up on my website for sale, so check it out. Why buy a C8 when a two-door Civic does the same thing? Thank you, SFR. You know what I'm talking about. Do you think with more likes you can get more pegboard? I can't spend any more money right now, dude. I'm trying to get my store up and running, so I want to do slat wall, but Hold Up already has enough sponsorships going on, and I'm not paying their exorbitant prices. I was gonna buy some pegboard and some slat wall and shit, but I got to run my business, man. This is fun for me, you know. I get like $20 a live, $30 during a live, so I don't get much in the way of money from doing this YouTube stuff. I made $500 last month, so money I do make off of YouTube, I usually put into my collection, but it's going into my business right now. You can cross state lines with ammo on the south. I do it all the time. Most people do it. Nobody really cares. Good to see you streaming again. Thank you, Nugget. If you had to choose one caliber in Cali, what would it be? Well, considering I'm only going to be using one bullet to take myself out because I'm living in Cali, 45. Is that STI on your website? No, it is not. It's kind of spoken for. It's on Facebook, though. You can look it up under Win City Armory in Winchester, Virginia. Yeah, if you can see it up there. What a pisher. What's my opinion on the Staccato P4 HD? I think it's funny that Staccato tells everybody they can't call their gun a 2011, and then they decide to copy Platypus and Alpha Foxtrot and Fusion Firearms. They're like the last big name to the game for Glock Mag 1911s, but you know, and they're more expensive than any of them. You can get an Alpha Foxtrot S15, which is, in my opinion, a nicer looking gun for like $1,600, or you can buy the Staccato for like $3,000. I will never willingly buy another Staccato. I bought a Staccato C2 with a Delta Point Pro on it for $1,500, and I still sold it because I thought it wasn't worth $1,500. I paid less for the Grandmaster. Stay away from my STI, D-Dog. Why do you keep saying it's yours? Maybe you're going to hate it. You know you have to get 38 Super for it. And you actually need 38 Super Major because it's got the integrated true bore comp on it. 1911s are my favorite guns. Technically, yes, you either check yes on the 4473 and get denied, or you can collect. So, what did Puppet say? Medical card a few weeks ago, walked to my usual stop. They all said no more gun sales. So there are some states where they're legal, but because it doesn't show. But if you have to do a state background check, that's when it becomes a problem. Because the state background check is, if you do a state background check, then it runs through the NICS. So if you live in a state like North Carolina, you just fill out the 4473. It doesn't get submitted. It just gets put into their paperwork and shit. But if you get anything that requires them to run the background check and it comes up with your medical marijuana card, you will automatically get denied. And not only will you get denied because you checked no and just committed a felony, but if you check yes, again, like SFR is saying, you won't be able to buy guns. But if you live in a state where if you have a CCW, all you do is fill out the 4473, you know, unless they actually call it in. Like here in the state of Virginia, we have to process what's called an ST65, which is the state form. So they run a NICS background check on you. And then you're going to get in trouble. It's a good thing I know in FFL they can get you the ammo. Oh, yeah, which one? Joe bend a spring before you give it to him. Joe bend a spring, he might sell it back cheap. I don't know. I threw a $2,000 gun and he still won't sell it back to me. Got an M1 Garand in 30-06. That ping is the best sound. That is true. Is AR foam built with good mid-tier parts, $700, not as good as a store-bought? I don't know about that. As long as you put it together right and you didn't mess up, I think it would compete. Uh, your for hey you your location determines whether or not you need some kind of permit or not. Here in the state of Virginia, you can own guns without a permit or a license. The only thing that you would need a concealed carry for is if you want to buy more than one handgun a month. Got a 10-year stay away, and the May would be 10 years. Would I be good? So once you reach the 10-year period, you have to apply for your rights back. You don't automatically get your rights back after 10 years. You have to apply to get your rights back. And if you get your rights back, that will only affect you on a state level. You will not be able to get Class 3 firearm accessories or firearms. They call all of them in here in Mississippi. Yeah, if you're in Mississippi, like you said, since you got the medical card, you are now a no-go because federally, until it gets 100% decriminalized, federally marijuana is considered illegal. So yeah, sorry, mate. What do you think about the SIG? Best bet, just not do drugs. Yeah, well, marijuana is what it is, but you need to treat marijuana like you do alcohol. You shouldn't be shooting while you're drunk. You shouldn't be driving while you're drunk. You shouldn't shoot high. You shouldn't drive high. But he gifted it to M. McManus. Well, what do you think about the SIG P320X10 and the SIG 220 45 Auto? I've had the 220. I had the Legion. I was very disappointed because the sights were screwed up on it. The X10 is cool. It's a very big gun though, but it's a 10 mil, so you want a big gun. Difference between a good AR and a crap AR is how it's tuned, not necessarily the cost of the components. I agree. My 300 Win Mag barrel gets super hot with 3 shots. Should I be concerned? Also, scope loses accuracy with every shot. That's crazy, man. I don't know long guns, so if somebody else can answer that one. Do you need a license to carry a BB gun out in public? So there are rules in every state regarding air guns and BB guns. So BB guns that shoot steel BBs and pellets, you can actually, if a prosecutor wants to charge you, they can charge you for, especially if you're concealing it. If you're carrying it out in the open, I wouldn't recommend carrying a BB gun out in the open. That's just stupid because you're not killing somebody with the BB gun. But in a lot of states, if it's an airsoft gun, it's required to have an orange tip in a lot of states. So if you take the orange tip off of your airsoft gun, then you can actually get in trouble. So you got to check state and local laws. So I don't know if you're just not from the United States. It's crazy, some of the rules. I'm in Cali, and the 10-year stay away was a misdemeanor, not a felony. So Cali's a shit place just in general, but if it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be a felony. If you get a misdemeanor domestic, that's an automatic no, and you have to apply for your rights. Felony is only required if it's a felony. You know what I'm saying? If you get restraining orders, domestic abuse, multiple drunk driving, those can all lead to extended no-nos. But regardless, your best bet is to consult a two-way lawyer and get them to handle it for you. And I'm not saying it to be funny or anything like that, but asking somebody who lives 3,000 miles away and isn't a lawyer is not like going to get you the answers you really need. I would recommend that you find a two-way lawyer to just handle it for you. It may cost you a little bit of money, but you're talking about your gun rights. So if they put you on 10 years of no, then you're going to have to apply for your rights back. Boom, boom, boom. Do you think circumcision is body mutilation? I don't feel like answering that question. I don't have kids, so I don't have a dog in the fight. California is a great place with shit gun laws. No, you mistyped that, Bruce. California is a shit place with shit laws and shit people. Not all of them, but there's a bunch of them. So your taxes are shit. Your rules are shit. Your wineries can't match Virginia. I just want to start an argument on that. I don't drink. I don't care. Any tips on best place to get a Beretta A300 at a good price? Not really. It's an in-demand shotgun, so you want something that's very popular. It's going to be hard to find them at discounted prices. The best way to find one is probably if you have local gun stores and pawn shops and people that you're friend with. Just ingratiate yourself to some people and say, hey man, can you keep your eyes out? You know, your best bet is to find one used that hasn't been fired much. Maybe you'll find somebody that spent all their money on it and realized they couldn't afford it. So you'll get one with barely any rounds put through it. But no, you're trying to, it's like walking into the Apple store and asking for a discount. It just doesn't happen. So you just got to keep your eyes open and sign up for like PSA's newsletter. They get some weird ass deals. They just had Lago Aliens for like $2,500 off of MSRP. So best thing to do is to just get notifications set up. Ain't getting them back in Cali. They're trying to disarm everyone. Ain't giving them back to anyone. Well, yeah, Samuel, like he's saying, just get a two-way lawyer, dude. The cost of having somebody do it all for you will be a lot less headaches and anxiety. Because the last thing you want to do is just try to go to a gun store, buy a gun, fill out a form, and get your ass in trouble again. So just get a lawyer, dude. Is there going to be an Echelon compact comp at some point? I thought there is a 4-inch comp. They're not going to build an Echelon that's under 4 inches because you're just going to wind up going with a Hellcat Pro at that point. I got one at a good deal. What, an A300? Those are pretty cool looking squirt guns. Thank you. The water they shoot is very hard and usually copper jacketed, but hey, you just made a giant burrito. Aw, did you wrap your dog up in a blankie? Hey Matt, what's up? What's going on, Hatfield? Not much. F that, I'm moving to Nevada. Yeah, well, just like I said, no matter where you go, dude, you're going to have to get a lawyer involved. Because you have a conviction or a plea deal or whatever you agreed to that lost you your rights for 10 years, it's going to carry into the next state. So, again, you're going to risk a lot by just walking into a store and filling it out. I've had people do that. I had a guy from New York come to Virginia. He had a Virginia license. It was over 30 days. He filled out the application. He decided not to tell anybody that he had a domestic because it was a misdemeanor. He thought he could get away with it just because he moved out of state, and he wound up getting a felony. So just get a lawyer involved, Samuel. I had a restraining order on me 15 years ago. Can I get a gun still? Again, consult a lawyer because restraining orders equal potential for domestic abuse, and domestic abuse is a zero tolerance policy when it comes to firearms. So you need to consult a lawyer. Is USCCA beneficial or a lost cause? No. Just find a two-way lawyer in your area and get their number and always keep it on you. Keep it in your purse, your wallet, whatever you carry. Do not pay for insurance especially with a company that will drop you for using your gun. They dropped a high-profile case because she fired her gun in self-defense. Literally what they are supposed to be for, and they dropped her. Now, there may be another part to the story, but USCCA has had months to come out with their side of the story, and their side of the story was that by pulling her gun and firing it, she violated the non-violence clause of her USCCA insurance, meaning that she's not allowed to fire a gun in self-defense, but the insurance is supposed to cover her in case she has to shoot somebody in self-defense. So, no, USCCA can suck a dick, and the fact that they think that they're being cool because they're encouraging only platinum and elite members to sign up now because they're hemorrhaging money right now, and they're giving you a survival pack that's worth about $30. I used to sell them at Liberty Arms for like $30 with tourniquets, first aid kits, and bullshit, but they're telling you it's worth $130. Screw them. No, don't get insurance. Get a lawyer, get their number, memorize it, put it in your phone, whatever you tattoo it on your ass so that your cellie can read it to you when he's clapping you. Whatever you need to do, but do not buy insurance for that shit. Just get a lawyer and know who you can call. Still won't be able to buy them in Cali. Will have a hold on your privileges. That sucks. I think some states you could use a powder gun if you're a felon. You can use black powder because it's not a firearm, but if you use that black powder in the commission of a crime or even in self-defense, I'm sure a prosecutor will try to prosecute you for doing it because they'll say that you were circumventing. I'm not saying it's always going to be the case, but if a prosecutor wants to go after somebody or an ADA wants to go after somebody, they're going to hit you with everything they can. They fucking went after FPS Russia and said that he destroyed the serial number on a gun because they had it Cerakoted and the paint made it hard to read the serial number. So if a prosecutor wants to screw with you, they're going to screw with you. You got your A300 for $900. Yeah, if you can get one for $900, that's a hell of a deal. Thanks, y'all really helped out. No problem, Samuel. Can I have your opinion on Jeff the Land Shark from Marvel? Don't really know who that is. Sorry. What's like a good scope for a sniper? Number one, a sniper is a military position or a person in a militia who does a certain role. Sniper is not a type of gun. If you're talking about a long-range gun, it all depends on how far you're planning on shooting. You know, if you're shooting within 150 yards, a 3 to 9x40 is plenty. But if you're shooting at 100 yards, something with 50 power magnification is overkill. So just it depends on the distance you're going. You did a lot of wrestling moves on your ex. The cops were involved. Can I still buy a gun? Not if you got charged. What are your thoughts on the Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7? I think the grip is a little bit funky feeling. It's too thin. I think an M&P with their threaded barrel and their optics availability right out of the box with the Ruger 57 lower, it would be awesome. How do you keep getting felons in here? Oh, it's the internet. SFR, you know how it is. I'm reformed. Lol. Toilet paper is sealed tin over fire, makes good black powder. Okay. Can you explain in brief what happened to FPS Russia from the beginning? Yes, I can, Patrick. All right, it's a little bit of a story. So FPS Russia was like the first big YouTube gun creator because, you know, he did the accent and he pretended to be from Russia, and every time he was mad at something, he would shoot it. But what he wound up getting investigated. His armor got murdered. So there was all kinds of stuff happening at that time. And then the U.S. government decided to get involved and try to crack down on him. And what he eventually got busted for was a little bit of hash because he picked it up while wearing shorts. These are his words, not mine. Kyle from FPS Russia. When he picked up the hash from his post office box, he was wearing shorts, not regular pants. So they said it was for recreational use. So they wound up busting down his door, getting a warrant and all that shiz, and they confiscated his guns, and then he said they were trying to hit him with like 100-something felonies, and then they wound up getting him to plead down. He wound up serving like 30 or 45 days in Georgia jail, but he's now a felon. He lost all of his guns. He said like $500,000 in guns. He can get his rights back if he wants to, but I don't know if he will. He's on PKA, Painkiller already. It's a podcast, and they have YouTube rebroadcasts. But basically, the U.S. government tried to get him on all this shit, and all they got him on was the hash. You know, because he had destructive device manufacturing licenses, explosives licenses. He was shooting full autos, Gatling guns, machine guns, all that shit. But he got caught with hash, with intent to distribute because he gave some to his girlfriend. He had some marrow. Yep, pretty much. Like, how much is a Desert Eagle? About $2,000. You can get them a little bit cheaper if you get a 357 or a 44. FPS is cool, but that guy Woody on his podcast is the worst. Woody was a Call of Duty Black Ops or a Call of Duty player who, for some reason, he's into guns a little bit, but he's not into them as much as other people is. Woody, I can handle him. He's not as bad, but you also got to remember, Wings of Redemption used to be on Painkiller already. He was on there for a long time until he screwed over Woody and Kyle because they were supposed to go on a camping trip and he decided not to show up. He faked being drunk on live, all this other shiz, and yeah, it just didn't go well for him. So Yeah, so like one digit on one of his rifles was slightly obscured, and they said he destroyed the serial number. Speaking of Joe, I submitted my 0702. Nice, dude. I got to submit my class 3 just for sales this year. Um, so the Desert Eagle is a meme gun. It's a gun that for 98% of the American and world public, it's an unnecessary firearm. Don't let me sit back again. Sorry. Uh, it's just a joke gun. I had one. My buddies all shot it, never replaced the ammo. I wound up selling the gun because I got tired of it. What's the best way to sell unwanted ammo? Flea markets or go to a gun store. If you go to a good gun store, they'll take your used ammo. Either they'll use it for their testing purposes, or if they're complete boxes, they can resell them. Like I buy used ammo if it's complete, or if I can separate it into 20, 50 round boxes, whatever. Recommendations on home defense shotgun under 600 bucks. Dude, Mossberg 500. You can get those for about 600 bucks. You can get a Maverick 88 for under 300 bucks, which is basically a Mossberg 500. If you want semi-auto, you have to spend more than 6 though. Question is M&P 9 1.0 with Apex trigger. We're trading in for a stock 2.0. I like the integrated beaver tail. The 1.0 is better, but I like all the grip texture and stuff on the 2.0 better. Also, the 2.0s don't have the mag disconnect. I think it's a parallel change though. Toxic. What's the value of used ammo? It depends on what the ammo is. If it's just regular 9, honestly, I'd probably pay about $4 to $5 a box on regular stuff. Thanks for the FBS Russia story. Can you explain difference between green tip bullets and other tips? What are they used for? So the green tip bullets specifically in like 5.56 and everything means that it has a hardcore steel core. So it's going to penetrate better than say a just jacketed hollow point or a full metal jacket. So a hollow point is designed to expand as soon as it hits. The faster it hits something, the faster it theoretically should expand because of the design of the tip. It should just mushroom out and open up. A green tip with a steel core is designed to punch through stuff. So like you might lose the outer layer, but the steel core will continue to penetrate theoretically. And then a hollow point, and then around nose, depending on the speed of the bullet, like a 5.56 round nose out of a 16-inch barrel will be closing in at like 2,900 to 3,000 feet per second. If you're not wearing armor, that stuff, it's going right through you. It's not stopping. So, I mean, that's the main difference between the tips. You know, full metal jacket goes through it, hollow point stops in it as supposedly, and then steel core will go through something that's armor-ish. But like SFR said, you can lose accuracy with green tip. Toxic, appreciate you, brother. Hope you feel better. Thank you. You got a double barrel 10 gauge. It kicks like a mule. I would say so. Tax Swap is a good app to buy and sell ammo. Yeah, so the X-Tac 5.56 62 grain green tip is not tungsten. That's steel core. What are your thoughts on Vector Kid? What's the Vector Kid? I really appreciate you, my brothers, making the decision on whether or not to join the USCCA on self-defense situation. Clearly noted. So if he has already gotten involved in the situation, joining the USCCA is literally a waste of money. Just find a lawyer. Getting insurance after the problem, that's like getting into a car accident and trying to buy insurance afterwards. If he's already been involved in a situation, just get a lawyer. Even if he hasn't gotten into a situation, just get a lawyer. You know? What's the bottom gun behind me? That is the Kel-Tec KS7 shotgun single tube. You got a 50 caliber? Awesome. I have not shot the Blackjacks. Is that a round? The Chris Vector. The Chris Vector is cool, but because we can't have the full auto as civilians, I could get one under an 0702 display license, or I can manufacture one if I have that license. But that recoil system where it goes back and down, where it's supposed to just kind of do that to keep the recoil down, we don't get to really get the efficacy of it without it being full auto. Recoil mitigation on a submachine gun is designed for full auto, and if you can't shoot it full auto, you don't get to have the fun. Do I have a rifle? Yeah, I've got a few. Rhodes. That's a cool ass hell shotgun. It's pretty good. Oh, I gotta stop trying to burp this stuff up, man. It's killing my stomach. No, sir. Blackjack is a 9mm combat or carbine made by Show Low Manufacturing. Check them out. I will check them out. But not right now. I'm getting very dizzy when I keep changing my head from up and down. So, all you people that are in here, make sure you hit the like button before we end tonight. So, favorite John Wick gun, Kimber. The Kimber Warrior. Technically, the one he used was a Warrior 2, which is a Series 80 internal. I had the original Warrior. It's a 1911, man, and it doesn't have that fruity-ass Terran Tactical bullshit on it. Why does Glock manufacture switches when most of us can't have them? Glock doesn't actually manufacture switches for the civilian market. The guy that created the switch did it independently. Why do the M7 battle rifle and Scar H look alike? Which one is better? Is the Sig Sauer any good? Those are all long gun questions. SFR, if you know the answer, if you're still in here. If we stood up for ours, we'd have full auto. How we make sure everyone in Afghanistan has one. So, unfortunately, ever since basically the end of World War II and into the Korea War, politicians became jaded and started listening to lobbyists. It wasn't about the American public anymore. It was about securing an office for themselves to guarantee their political future. Bullshit, blah, blah, blah. So the minute that rich white people started telling politicians what to do is how we wound up with the NFA and the ATF and all these laws on the books, because it's kind of racist. I'm half white, I'm half Asian, but I'm also not a dipshit. Rich white people are the worst people in the world when it comes to making rules, because the only people they give a shit about it are themselves, and even they don't know what the fuck they want. So rich white people think that everything is the most ridiculous thing ever to happen ever to anybody, because it happened to them once, or they heard about it once, or they thought about it once. So they've decided that everything should be illegal because it affects their ability to be rich white people. Thoughts on Springfield Emissary? I don't like the cuts, Nugget. I own the Emissary. I had it for a while with that tri-top. I thought it was cool, but it turns out that they didn't cut the tri-top as much as they made the gun bigger, wider, bigger and taller to compensate for the tri-cut. So it just didn't feel right when I shot it. Rich people in general. Yeah, to a point, but and again, I'm not trying to be like a racist guy, but like a rich Arab dude or a rich Indian dude or even a rich black dude, they tend to be a lot more chill with what their views are. We don't see them pushing an agenda as hard as, again, I'm not being racist in saying this. You can look at our government. Rich white people are the problem. Would you rather have a semi-auto or a recoil-assisted reload shotgun? I've never had a recoil-assisted reload shotgun, but I'd probably stick with my Mossberg. Boom, boom, boom. SFR, I think U has the advantage because at least I believe U is not an American. So, yeah, just rich in general, full bit. Just white guys. Thank you, Gladiator. Yeah. I'm actually new here, and I don't know exactly if you cover concealed carry, but what would you recommend for first pistol for concealed carry? I'm not a huge Glock fan. So I can tell you what's going to be reliable. I don't like to recommend for individuals that I don't know. Your best bet is to go to a gun store. You already said you don't care for Glock, and I'm 100% here for that. I agree with you. But your best bet is to go see what fits best in your hand. The recommendations that were always made, the instructions or the suggestions made to me that I pass on to everybody is get the largest gun that you can comfortably conceal. So don't fall for I need a Caltech P380 because it's this big and it's light. No, go with the biggest gun that you can comfortably conceal that you can also comfortably shoot. If you don't care for the Glocks, then I would recommend something like a CZP-10. It's got a better grip angle, much better trigger. The MC9 line from Mechanic is a nice compact. That's still a full-size-ish gun, but it's not a Glock. Guns like that. But the main thing is, I don't feel that I can make a good suggestion for you because I don't know you, my guy. Sorry. Your first carry gun was a full-size Glock 17. Mine was a full-size 1911. So, like I said, you never know. Sig Legion P226, that'd be a good carry. Look at the politicians, especially Dems. You're right about that, in my opinion. So, Kennedy was the last good young politician. John F. Kennedy, number one, he's also the reason why you have to be at least 35 to become U.S. president. He was the youngest president, and he was assassinated. But I'm sorry, lifetime politicians that have been engaged in party politics. So there are some good politicians out there. There are some small town governor or mayors or, non-swing state governors that have the potential to be decent politicians until they walk into the big rooms where they have to pick a side. And just like a clique in high school, politicians are like little frew punk ass bitches who, if you don't agree with what they're saying, they will push to make it sure that you, A, don't get to continue in your political career, and B, that you get ostracized for not being a party line you're not towing the party line, which is absolutely stupid in my opinion. That's not how a government of the people and for the people should operate. A governor, a mayor, a congressman, a senator, a legislator, any person that's an elected official that's elected by the people of the state in which they represent should only represent the interest of the majority of the population of the state for which they are representing. They should not be listening to, if you're the mayor of a town in Minnesota, you have no business listening to some fuck from California telling you what you should be picking, answering to, deciding, listening to, just like I believe that you honestly shouldn't listen to me. That's why I don't give real political advice. I don't tell you who to vote for. I don't tell you who I'm voting for. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter who I think will win the voice, because I'm just some douche nozzle on the internet that you guys are watching. So we need public servants. GI serve country for minimum pay, minimum years, go back to your farm and carry on, pretty much. The shit in 1938 and 1934 and 1968 were jokes, and the biggest was the full auto ban in the 80s, pretty much. Trump actually just did that to Governor of Maine. Yeah. This guy just got a sub and a like. Thank you, my guy. Our PSA AR is good. They're questionable, but can be. You just have to make sure you treat them well. Oh, it's kind of right, SFR. She doesn't live in America. Your damn job and stand up for your people. So, and again, I don't know personally full-on politicians. The last politician that I ever spoke to really was Jesse Ventura, and that's just because he was a coach for a coworker of mine, so I got to meet him a couple of times. But politicians and government has nothing to do with the people of the country anymore. Thoughts on a Beretta Model 93R? I would love to shoot one. I would love to buy one, own one, and turn it into the Auto 9 from RoboCop, because that was a 93R. I would love to have a 93R and convert it into RoboCop's gun. So will you be on this Wednesday? I think so, yes. Do you still have your PX57? Yes. Just above the shotgun there. Not even getting close, YouTube. Not even touching. Not even getting close. Shut the fuck up. The algorithm, not you guys. But yes, it's up there. I have parts, Joe. Parts for what? My body? It shoots here and there, but not all rounds. Gotcha. I was in politics for 8 years. It's ugly. It destroys your view of our system and ends badly. Yeah, and there aren't enough people with the testicular fortitude, be it they vagina owners or not, to stand up for what they believe in, because the culture in politics is, again, if you don't toe the party line, you're done. We can't all be just dusty farts like, Nancy Pelosi. Jesse has changed throughout the years. So when he was governor of Minnesota, he did some good things. I'm glad he never tried to run for president, because I don't think he would have won. But Minnesota loved him because he was a beloved figure and all that shit. But he made cars specifically, and I was selling cars at the time. If the car sales price was under $3,000, it was a flat $10 tax. He eliminated emissions. He made it so you only had to renew your registration your plates every 5 years and your tags every 2 years. So he was actually really good. Oh, you've got the 93 stuff. Nice. Will Sasso does the best impression of him. Yeah, Will Sasso's pretty good. What pistol and silencer would you recommend for an assassin in and out? So you would want something that's naturally subsonic, so a 45, kind of like Hitman uses with his hardballers. And believe it or not, like the Osprey 9 is ridiculously quiet with subsonic ammo. Exactly, you speak up, you get squashed. Yep, that sucks. CZPT&T, what do you think about it for concealed carry? It's a very dependable gun, has a much better trigger than a Glock, and it's got CZ's reputation behind it. So it's a very good gun for it, and as long as you practice with it, it's going to be an excellent concealed carry gun for you. Screw politics, the right to keep and bear arms is what matters most. There should be no regulation over that. If we all wanted fully automatic weapons, you know what's going to happen? Just like with, anything else in life, if everything was legal, we would find the balance point. Granted, a lot of us would die, but eventually we would find the balance point, and then we'd be civil. Carry a SAR 9 and carry on. Yeah, SARs are actually pretty good too. The right to keep and bear arms is always in constant danger. Yes. So every time anything bad happens, a politician decides that what we need are more restrictions on legal gun owners, which makes about as much sense as putting on a condom after you've already had sex and you're two guys. Then it's a headspace issue over headspace. When it does fire compared to the fired case to unfired, you'll see there's a notable difference in shoulder length. Yay! Love the CZ, but I go with what the FBI and NYPD choose after extensive testing. What do I think about the Yankee Boogaloo? Who are you talking about? I don't know who the Yankee Boogaloo is, unless you're talking about Luigi, the guy that killed the United Healthcare guy. I've been looking at a lower I got for Christmas and thinking about building the American RPK for this exact reason. The Delta Force Tactical Force Reset looks like a winner. Dude, build what you got to build, man. Have fun with it. Just, understand that if you're going to push boundaries and shit like that, do it the right way. Do it civilly. Infringers on the 2A are always in danger. Yeah. Well, like I said, the biggest hurdle we face in 2A ownership is politicians believing that gun laws stop crime. My thoughts on the Tavor X95. I've only spent a little bit of time with one. I don't really have like an educated opinion on them. They're cool, but that's not my style. Sir, I'll pay attention the next time I go out. Definitely noted. Thanks. Oh, you're talking to SFR. All right, guys, we're getting to 11 o'clock, so is an auto seer. Oh, again, I'm not going to tell you not to own a fully automatic firearm. I'm not going to tell you it's okay because I'm not allowed to say that. You do what you feel is right. If you're willing to stand up for yourself and you're willing to take the time and the energy to defend yourself, you do what you got to do, man. Politicians do not care about our rights. Yeah, it's just dumbfounding to me. And I know that we talked a little bit political tonight, but I think what we were talking about is not really political. It's more of a problem with politics. I don't understand how they think that increasing the difficulty for let's say me, who's a law-abiding citizen with a concealed carry firearms license, why restricting what I'm allowed to have is going to stop Edward McDickface from just going and buying a stolen gun and using it in the commission of a crime. I do get idiots that come in and accidentally fill out the form knowing that they're felons, but the vast majority of people that fill out the forms in my store and all the stores I've ever worked at are pretty smart and normal people. So it just doesn't make any sense. I'll catch you later. Just don't throw up again and don't have an exploded lip. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little fooked up still, but I'll be all right. I just want to talk about my build. I'm autistically excited for it. No, I hear you, dude. No one's admitting to anything. YouTube search it. You'll find more info than you can imagine. Yep. It's dumb. The only people that obey the laws obey the law. Yeah. Am I a fan of FRTs? I'm not opposed to them. They're just not my style. I'm not a big, huge fan of things that make gun go brrr, just because I like to take my time and accuracy shoot. I do like to, it's kind of like owning a Ferrari with a manual transmission and a Ferrari with an automatic transmission. Yes, the Ferrari with the automatic transmission, like an F550 Maranello, for example, with the paddle shifted automatic transmission. Yes, that car is going to be way faster everywhere than an F550 Maranello or 575 Maranello with a 6-speed manual. But the 6-speed manual is so much more fun. It's slower, but it's more control. That's how I look at FRTs. I like to go slow. Can't pick up guns, Samuel. Sorry, dude. Everyone take a moment and hit the like button for my man Cody. Yay! So true, full auto is not accurate. No, I mean it's fun when you've done it a few times, but I've done it at full auto shoots, and I've had the opportunity, and my buddy builds full autos, so if I want to shoot him, I can just go over to him. And it's just, you know, I like taking time to be accurate. I'm sorry. I'm not fast and accurate. I'm accurate or I'm fast. Good suppressed AR-10. No, I really don't have much of an opinion on that, my guy. I'm not a rifle guy. We'll put it on your wall. That would require me to touch one, and I can't put it on the wall while I'm on live stream. So I may put one up next time. So, guys, it's 11 o'clock. I need to go to bed. I have multiple diagnostics in the morning, so I need to get some sleep. So everybody, thank you for coming in. Gladiator forever. I mean, the live just reset itself anyway, so here, we'll do it this way. Okay, guys, I want you. I'm gonna hit this button. Oh, 125 likes. I like it. You guys are okay. I like it. Picasso. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.